Truck Talk Media.
Let me tell you what Melbourne Toast is packing right here. I've got 411 Posi track out back, 750 double pumper, Edelbrock intakes, scored over 30, 11-1 pop-up pistons, turbojet, 390 horsepower. We're talking some bucking muscle.
What does that do? Does that blow your mind? That just happened.
Welcome to C10 Talk, your C10 truck podcast.
And now I have a chance to be the best, maybe the best in the world.
My old man is a television repairman. Got the ultimate set of tools. I can fix it.
I said I got 50 cents in that jukebox, and all I can hear is your mouth clapping. You hear that?
Here's your host, Ronnie Welch.
C10 Talk, episode 235. Back with the boys, a little roundtable, a little fun. This particular episode, you could jump on over to YouTube. It is up and it's on the Truck Talk Media YouTube channel. So we did do this live, and that allowed us to interact with the audience, which was cool. So we've got Chuck back, we've got Scott back, we've got Mike back, and we got yours truly behind the mic. I do give Chuck a hard time about some audio, and my audio sucks. So after post, I've noticed that my mic was turned up too much. So you guys are going to get annoyed with that. Sorry. I've turned it down a little bit. Work through it. And maybe it's a little easier if you watch it on YouTube. But here's episode 235, getting together again. A little roundtable. Like I said before, I'd like to do this kind of on the quarter. So every quarter. So we'll probably have these guys back again. Sounds like they're going to get behind the mic and do some interviewing as well. If you have questions for Scott, you can DM him, GSI Scott. You can DM Mike Poise Hipster, Chuck C, CHUCKSEE. Or you can just shoot me an email and I'll make sure I get it to him. But definitely some Q&A where we're like, hey, what do you guys want to hear? Do you guys like the tech? Do you guys like the more question and the stories? So it's kind of a free-for-all for you guys, really. Sit back, pretty casual. We just hang out and talk for 2.5 hours. But again, like I said, there's a link over there on the YouTube if you want to check that out. And let us know. Let us know how we're doing. Let us know what you think. Because really, we're here to make the best podcast we can for you guys out there. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate the support. That's it. Have a great week. Thanks again for tuning in. Episode 235 coming at you. Late.
Hey guys, one of the biggest upgrades I was able to make on Orange Slice is my lighting. Think about this. You've got your old school sealed yellow lights. You put in new United Pacific headlights, boom, quadruple the lightage. They look better, they perform better, and guess what? They're safer. So you've got LED options, you've got new headlight options, they look great. And honestly, we upgrade so many things with our trucks, why not upgrade the lighting? When you do, think United Pacific. Here's the best part. You get to save 15% off all C10 products by using code C10Talk15. Save 15% off all C10 products by using code C10Talk15. Go to upcarparts.com. That's right, upcarparts.com. I don't think you'll forget it. Save today. Thanks, guys. Give them a follow on social media too, Facebook and Instagram.
All right. Hey, real quick. We lost Scott. He's coming back. Let's see if we can get him back in. We lost him. He's trying to join. He's got his dial up. Now we lost the camera. Scotty too hotty. What's going on over there? We lost.
Come back.
All right. Cool.
Hey.
Cool.
I think.
Hey, are you guys horizontal or vertical?
Because we're on computers, we're landscape, and you're on a phone. So yeah,
should I flip it?
Yeah,
I think that would
flip it. That'd be
more cohesive.
Be more cohesive.
Yeah, I feel kind of
flip it real good. Boom, 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 boom.
Is that where the magic happens?
Is that where? Is that
shit?
Shit.
Shit. Oh, shit. Watch out. I'm not wearing pants. Hold on a second.
Even better. This is more than the C10 Roundtable.
Turn this shit around. Oh, right here. Hold on a second. There
All
we
right,
go.
yeah, we got just some guys piping in here. Engineered Vintage. We've got C10 Club, GMC TX. Evening, folks. I love GMC Texas. That dude always chimes in on YouTube. One of my biggest YouTube guys. Where's our boy, Big Grinder? Okay, yeah, you look good there.
Better.
Grinders in the mix?
No, he usually is, though. He's a big YouTuber, so he'll come in when we go live on this. So, hey, let me start it off. We've got April 25th. Thank you guys so much for taking time to be on the C10 Roundtable. For the audience out there, YouTube, we'll probably go a little bit live. I know some guys want to go live on their IG. C10 Roundtable, we're back for round 2. So thanks again, you guys, and let's just have some fun.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, cool.
Are we going? Is this happening right now?
Yeah, this is happening.
Like other people can see this?
Yeah, they're on YouTube chiming in right now.
I can see him on YouTube over here. I got a separate.
How are you doing that?
There we go. That's for later, Scott. Come on.
Yeah, that's for later. That's for me to show you one-on-one. But so, like I said,
need an iPad?
Are you using your iPad? You can get on your iPad. Just mute the YouTube if you do want to go and see what the questions are. If you want to, jump onto YouTube and then just go to Truck Talk Media on the iPad and then just mute it, because if you don't mute it, then we're coming across so damn loud. They're gonna be
loud like my lights up here.
Your lights aren't too bad.
They're pretty bad. I mean, look at Chuck. I feel like I'm about to get some kind of an exam over there.
He does look pretty good right now.
Mike's gonna sell me some weed, and
this
Ronnie,
is like,
you might shoot me with a bow and arrow or something.
I got one that went down over there. Look at that dead one right there.
Man down.
He fell off the wall. You can see the hole right there. All of a sudden, kaboom! I'm doing an interview. I was doing it with that Simple C10 guy, and super cool dude. And he's like, your deer just fell off the wall. I'm like, shit, sorry. So, okay, let's do it. We've got some people for you guys out there in YouTube land. We'll probably wait a little bit on questions, get things flowing. If there's something that comes across really super rad, then we'll jump on it. But I'm trying to kind of manage the 2 of them and then manage the 4 of these guys or the 3 of these guys. Good luck managing that. All right, where do you guys want to start?
Well, let's talk about the reunion, man. Since I wasn't there, maybe you can virtually take me there,
dude.
Unfortunately, I wasn't there, but it looked great from my standpoint through Instagram.
Yeah, I would say the only thing that would have made the reunion better is if you would have been there. But yeah, it was, and I don't even mean that negatively. It's going to get better and bigger, and I'm so biased. So these 2 guys were there, and they're a little less biased. So, we got some things to work on, but it was really good.
Some guy.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
He is awesome. Yeah. It was good. I think the having it in the parking garage. What do you guys think? Mike, what'd you think? Having the parking garage?
No, I think it was awesome. It was cool. Like people said, they were able to catch the elevator or the stairs all the way to the top, and then kind of just walk down. That was kind of the easy route people seem to want to take. And it's cool because you just walk. I mean, it only takes, if you just keep a steady pace, you can get up and down in 5 minutes, but you take your time and it's truck after truck after truck after truck. It was pretty sweet. I've never seen it done before in a parking garage, but the layout, the way it's set up, that's pretty bitchin'.
So I'm gonna give you a little cheat code, Chuck, for next time. You go to the elevator. It's in what's going to be the southwest corner of this parking garage. Got an elevator. So you walk over there, and you're literally going to be like right by the GSI booth, and we'll funnel you over to the elevator. You can take the elevator up 5 stories. You go to the top deck, and then you just corkscrew down, and it's super chill. You're in the shade, and it's all good. Here's a big one.
Let me ask you, how many trucks were in the parking lot?
So great question. So I double stacked, except for the top. I put 55 top trucks, which worked out great. Now here's the hard part about this. I talked a little bit about with Sam. I do have an IG live going as well. So for you guys on IG, you can jump on over to YouTube. Probably won't stay live on IG all that long, but if you're on IG and you want to check out the whole thing, I did say I was going to create a link, and I didn't do that yet. So I need to try to.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
The link is on my story. You can click it. It's on my story.
Where is my little link? I gotta find that. That sounded pretty bad. Where's my little link? Where's my little?
We don't want to see your little link.
Where's my little link? I need to find that. Okay. So why simultaneously?
I only see the top of your hat, Scott. I'm not seeing all the deliciousness. Yeah, you gotta point that camera down. No, I only see the top of your head. I don't see the rest of you.
Oh, it's because my lighting. Come on, get my lighting right.
No, man, it's because your camera's too high.
Oh, camera's too high.
You gotta point it down. There, yes, there you go. I see you now.
Right.
There you go.
Damn.
Oh,
calls me the cherub.
The cherub. All right, I'm trying to get this link going here. So here's the deal for you, Chuck. One thing I was going to tell you is we double parked the top. We did 55, and then we double parked everybody else. But we are not going to do 2 spots next year. That was too much. So I'm going to jam them up a little tighter. We won't do 1, but we will do we'll do 1.5. Yeah,
that's cool. Awesome. Yeah. And how many were out in the field? I saw some action going on down the green.
Yeah, so we probably had close to 100 out there, and that was kind of random, and then 250 to 300 in the garage. I know I could handle, I think, like 280 in the garage. But I was stressed about it, and then having enough room, but it worked out perfect. It really did.
Nice.
Yeah, and we'll have to make some adjustments for next year.
Always,
to add to it. One of the biggest adjustments for the audience right now is it will not be April 8th, because I just figured this out the other day that April 9th is Easter. So we're not going to do that. Easter. So here's a little trivia for you guys, whether you're religious or not. I did not know this, but do you guys know how they figure out how Easter is? Do you know how that's figured out?
How do they figure it out?
It's the first Sunday. It's the first full moon after the spring equinox, meaning like
I was going to say that
21st March.
That makes sense.
Like March 21st, right? So March 21st is usually spring equinox, and then I guess whatever full moon, however it lies. So that's why sometimes it is in March, and sometimes it is in April. So it was in April, and so we looked at it, and it's April 9th next year, and I'm like, shit, we can't have the freaking reunion. Oh, nice. Tito's. We can't have the reunion on April 8th.
We're talking about Jesus now.
Yeah, we were talking about Jesus. Hey, I was at a reunion.
Hey, let's talk about politics now. We've got
we're not
religion. Let's do politics. Yeah.
No religion. We just happen to be, hiding the eggs, hiding the Easter egg. Hey, I was at a party on Saturday, Scott, drinking some vodka. They called him the Ghostbuster. It caught up to me real quick. Let's just say I think I told Mikey I was hurt.
No more Ghostbusters for you.
Oh, dude, I was Ghostbustered out, man.
Oh, we lost Chuck.
Chuck.
Hold on a second. Where am I?
All right. I'm going to click off this live. You guys, I'm going to go give the link, put the link in our link tree. So go to the link, go over to the YouTubes later.
YouTube.
All right. And now let's not share it. Let's see. You guys can you see any good questions over there? Mikey, are you, or Scott, did you get it figured out? Got Joey Martin.
Are you going to Alabama?
I'm not. That's, I've got 2 things going that weekend. I got state track for kids.com, and then I've got a wedding to go to. So let me work on my link tree here. Are you going to Alabama, or are you going to C10 Nationals, Scott?
Who's you? Oh, Nationals.
Okay.
The Nationals.
That's a good one. You guys will.
Bama was cool. I really liked Bama though. I've been to Bama twice, and I liked it both times.
Oh man, I love that
but
show.
I'm gonna skip the oysters this time. I don't like oysters. Sorry, everybody. I don't like oysters. Whatever. They're not good. They're not good. Do you like oysters?
So I first had them last year, and yeah, in Bama. I never really had eaten them. I hadn't really partaked in them.
What do you think?
I thought they were good.
Yeah. What?
Yeah. So I like the spicy ones with the tomato.
Oh, everything's good when you put a bunch of shit all over it, but right out the box.
Well, right where they shuck them right in front of you, just fresh.
You're a big oyster guy. You say shuck.
No, I've heard the term. I know how to speak in the crowd, but
There he is. Speaking of oysters.
hey,
Oh, there he's tilted again.
There you go.
Chuck, you like oysters?
No, man.
Hey, guys.
Was that a joke that I missed?
No, we were just saying it. You just said it like, I liked how you said it. You're like, nah, not really going to go for the oysters. Yeah. No, they were good. That was the first time I had them. I mean, I'm not a big seafood guy, I guess, unless it's lobster or something. I think when you grow up out, I don't know. So you grew up out there, Chuck. What's your go-to on all this, on all the seafood?
Seafood. I mean, everything is typically locally caught over here. So I'm 45 minutes from the Florida Keys. So if I want to go have fish, I'll run down 45 minutes, and all the fish that's cooked there is caught locally. And even all restaurants offer a service that you can bring your fish that you caught, like in a cooler, and hand it to the waiter, and they'll take it back to the cook, and you tell them how you want it cooked, and they'll serve your own fish.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So yeah, big fan of seafood. Fresh seafood. That's the key. If it smells like it, then it's not fresh. I'll leave it at that. Yeah. In general, yeah.
Okay. So, and the link is up. So the link is up on the YouTubes. There we go. So we got a link up. So yeah, you talked about seafood. What's your go-to? Like if you do eat seafood, I mean, are you a lobster, crab? Do you like some halibut?
Yeah, like anything Oscar. Oscar is a term used by, I guess, the food industry, that any you dress whatever fish you're eating with a lump of crab on top. So that'd be grouper lobster, or you want a snapper lobster. I'm sorry, Oscar. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So Oscar indicates Oscar? Crab.
Some dude named Oscar gets on top.
Oscar just jumps,
Oscar on top.
meat on there.
Dude, Oscar's always slapping his meat on top.
But if you're ever gonna be in the Keys, you order hogfish, HOG, like a hogfish, and it's, imagine a white sheet of paper. There's no bloodline. There's nothing in it, because I spearfish too. So when I shoot those, you fillet them, and it's like a white sheet of paper. It's unbelievable. It's really good.
And that's
very flaky.
That's the meat. It's a white sheet of paper. And how do you cook it? So thin.
However you want.
Ceviche?
However you like.
You see him?
You can do.
His mouth's watering.
He's ready to go.
Yeah, it'll blow your nose off. You do ceviche.
Hogfish. He's got some lime juice. He's making ceviche.
I've done it several times. It's really good.
Like you've done it. You look professional. You look like we're at a physical therapy right now.
Yeah.
No, I just got back from dinner. I'm like, all right, I got to get online. I got to get.
Oh man.
So yeah, man, the seafood's good. Great out here.
Chuck and I are about the same age. You other two on the left here, you're a little younger, but this is
they're in their 20s. We're in our 30s.
This is the Sesame Street. There used to be a thing. It was like, one of these kids is doing his own thing. And you got three truck dudes wearing black shirts and hats, and then there's Chuck. Looks like he just got one of these kids is doing his own thing. Hard work being a pimp. So, all right, so let's lead it off here. We talked about the reunion a little bit. It was phenomenal. I hope you guys can make it next time. And next up is, I do know they have the Crawdaddy thing going this weekend. That's over in Mississippi. Dead End guys. Anybody have you guys done that?
I'd love to do it. I've never done it, but I want to. The Berlins are going. Jason Ita, they're going out this weekend, and he says it's a rad time. I'd like to do that one year.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Like you and Ashley could just go for both of you, really. I guess since there's two.
I don't know how good she is at racing go-karts.
No, that's just you do that. But then it is a family affair, though. It's definitely has a family style atmosphere. I don't know that he'll be able to have it anymore at his house after this, as it gets bigger. Maybe it'll be a little bit slower post-COVID. Look at Mike. He's smiling. What is he smiling so?
I got text. I just get some text over here right now. It's making me blush a little bit.
Oh, yeah. You got some. I was like, damn.
Mama's texting him from the kitchen.
Yeah, she's like, you want to go to the Crod 200?
You want some oysters?
He's like, can you Oscar style me tonight?
Call Carlos. Whatever, Oscar gets on top.
Oscar, man.
So you got the Dead End 500 or whatever this weekend. That's a great time for the audience out there. If you're even close, make it happen. I'm telling you, man, the crawfish broil. You've got the corn, the potatoes. Chuck, do you like crawfish?
Yeah, I catch a lot of lobster during lobster season. I usually post it on my story. I don't post it as a post; it's just a story. But I like catching them. I probably give more away than I eat. I don't eat them. I like catching them and giving them away. The hunt is what excites me more than anything underwater and stuff. So that's fun. But it's very very pricey. I forget what it is per pound now, but and very desirable. So people like it.
Yeah, the crawfish. The funny thing about crawfish, when you guys go, is it's a lot of work for just a little morsel of meat in here.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the experience. Good beer, good time, spicy, like good spicy. You know, all these little freaking crawdads or crawfish, whatever the hell they are. So yeah. So for the audience, if you can't make it, put that one on your bucket list. And then after that, we've got, I think there's a 2-week break, and then you've got the C10 Nationals and the Battle in Bama. And I think there's something else going on that weekend. Hey, how did Arnie's thing go, by the way? Do you know?
I wasn't in attendance. The Pro Touring Truck Shootout just happened this weekend that passed. I think all the videos and stuff are being compiled and uploaded, and they're going to have a showcase of what happened out there. But unfortunately, I wasn't there this year. But that happens in Bowling Green, Kentucky at Beach Bend. And I saw a bunch of trucks on Instagram. So I was itching to be there, but I'm in the middle of a home transition. So I got a lot on my plate. So I wasn't able to make it. But that I'm sure that was a cool time.
Yeah, for the audience, Arnie puts that together. This is his third one out there, right? So the first one he did the Corvette Museum, and then last year he went mano a mano with Dino at November, like I think it was the same weekend, and he had right because he ended up having the second one the same weekend as Dino's show. That's why he could.
Yes, yeah, right. But it was out east. Yeah.
Yeah. So out east. Oh yeah. So yeah, last year he did do a west and then back east. So I think he's trying to do it one time a year. And
yeah, I think he's focusing over there in Kentucky and with the racers over there, and they get all hyped up. So.
And then the Cali guys, they were all, I know John Oro, the C10, they were in the Turlock swap meet. So they were at the C10 ranch and they drove Saturday. You had Biggie, you had the Central Boys, you had Oro, and they were all running up and down the coast from Long Beach, LA up to NorCal, or kind of up where I guess Merced, Atwater, where Renee's at, up to Turlock. So there was a big group from guys doing, out there. So things are always happening.
Very cool.
Somebody named Jones loves you, Scott, by the way. That's one of the comments.
Oh, I know that guy. Yeah, he's got a cool truck too. Yeah, he's cool. He's in Colorado. I think he moved to Utah recently, but yeah, I know. What's up? What's up, Daniel Jones?
What's up, Daniel Jones? What up, D Jones? D Bones Jones or something like that. What else am I going to tell you? Oh, I did see one of the guys was talking about the singing panda. Have you partaked in that, Scott?
No, Bowman used to tell me about it, and so did Greg, GK Custom. You know him?
Mm-hmm.
He had his shop, his body shop where he previously worked was like right next door, and he's like, you got to go to that singing panda place. I think if I'm putting it all together right, but no, I've never participated in that.
Yeah, it's good. No, it's right there. That's how they that place is on fire. So it's good stuff.
Yeah,
so,
I got to hit it up. That was unexpected, but probably one of the coolest times we had with like 40 of us in there. I think Bowman told him we have 30 people. We rolled in with 50. And dude, that was cool. Ronnie's came by for a minute. He swooped in.
Yeah, but dude, I didn't even realize it. I don't know if you knew this or not, but so I swoop in and say hi because I think John's there. You guys are there. It's on my way home this is leaving the reunion. So I'm leaving the reunion. This is Saturday night. By the way, Friday night, we had absolute lucky blast. We take over some like kind of outdoor bar. Saturday, everybody's like, oh, I'm going to the Singing Panda, it's literally when my family says they want to have Chinese food, that's where we go. It's 3 miles down the road. So I pop in and we even took a picture. We're all sitting there. And then later Bowman's like, I didn't know you were here. I did not know that there was 40 people behind me in the banquet room. I'm just happened to be sitting down with Mike and John. And because when you walk in the door, they happen to be like at the first or second table right there. So that was hilarious. But I heard you guys had a great time. And it's going to be a tradition to hit up the
we already locked it in for next year. We said we're taking the whole place. Everyone's coming.
Yeah, it's good. It is really good food. Yeah. I heard that the comment was 20 and about 40 to 50.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
She was
I
like
like to exaggerate. It's
what
good for
what
the
hell
reviews.
is, yeah, she was like, what the hell's going on? She was actually pissed, but she made it happen. So, all right, cool. So yeah, let's see here. What else we got? Stop texting me while I'm busy. Okay, we got different guys. What's up, boys? That's Patrick. And let's see, finally showing the truck off at Dino's this year. So that's Daniel Bones Jones talking to Scotty. And then it sounds like somebody's coming down for Dino. So yeah, we got a fun season getting ready here. We've got spring wrapping up into summer, I guess, and then we're gonna, be hitting all the stuff. How's Project Lucy looking? You had the chassis, you had the power plant, you had it all posted up at the.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear about that. Scott and I text here and there, but I don't know enough.
You're not in my life as much as I want you to be, Chuck.
Not even virtually, just here on the Zoom. Thanks, Ronnie.
Yeah, you're new house. We'll have to get into some of that too. Yeah, what do you got? How's Project Lucy?
So the chassis is ready. The chassis is finished. This is the first K5 slam bag chassis. We finished it off the night before the reunion. Put the motor and transmission in. I had a badass motor built by a dude out in Southern California, Robert Maruzzi Race Motors. Got my transmission back from Choice Transmission, guys down in Gilbert. Jason, super cool. Brought the chassis out to reunion as like a roller, just kind of show it off. Took it back home, and we went over to high test and started fitting the body. So, up and down on the lift 5,000 times, trim here, trim there, bring it back down, lift it up, move it, scoot it forward, all that kind of stuff. We did all that dance back and forth. That took about a whole day, way longer than we always expect, but that's how it goes. But now, yeah, the tub is sitting on the chassis. It's the roller. We push it in and out of the shop until we can get busy on it again. So hopefully it starts flowing, and that's a really exciting part of the build. When you finally get to marry the body to the chassis, whether it's a truck or now a Blazer, just to see that.
Hey guys, I have Andrew from Painless on. Andrew, our guys are thinking about rewiring their truck. Why should they choose Painless Performance?
Well, Ronnie, we've been doing it 30 years now. We're American made, American proud. We have unmatched tech support. You'll get one of our guys right here in Fort Worth, Texas, if you have a call. And, our installation manual is full color and covers everything you need to know.
There you go, guys. You get rid of that 40-plus-year-old wiring. You get easy-to-read printed wiring. Painlessperformance.com. They've got you covered if you want to go OG Classic or if you want to go something customized. Thanks, Andrew. Painlessperformance.com. Hey, guys. Are you thinking about swapping out your old motor for a more reliable LSLT-based power plant? We've got great news for you. PSI Conversion is offering our listeners 10% off your order. Behind each PSI harness, you get over 10 years of experience in the business, online tech support, phone support, and harnesses made in the U.S. That's psiconversion.com. And don't forget, use code C10TALK and save 10% today. You've heard me talk about my gauges, Dakota Digital. I love them. Don't forget the interior of your build. Dakota Digital has the best gauges for our trucks. Whether you want a direct fit into the stock bezel or something custom. These kits are complete with sensors for any engine. The new RTX series is really incredible. I think it stands for retro, but it should stand for rad. They look just like the stock clusters, but have all the technology you'd expect from Dakota Digital. You can change the lighting colors, customize the reading in the message centers, and do it all from the mobile app. That's right, the HDX and RTX series have Bluetooth technology, so you can mess with them from your phone. Just don't do it while you're driving. I'm looking at RPM, trip odometer, percent fuel, oil pressure, and now I have the GPS set up. I can tell you direction, elevation, and even outside temp. Damn, son, it's like a modern truck, but even better in a classic. Dakota Digital is absolutely the best in aftermarket gauges, so check them out at dakotadigital.com. dakotadigital.com. And you can follow them on Instagram and Facebook too.
It's sitting on the chassis. It's the roller. We push it in and out of the shop until we can get busy on it again. So hopefully it starts flowing, and that's, to me, that's a really exciting part of the build. When you finally get to marry the body to the chassis, whether it's a truck or now a Blazer, just to see that vision sort of right really in front of you. So that's where we're at. The body's on the chassis. It's looking good. A few small little tweaks here and there. I'm waiting on some wheels. As soon as I get my wheels, we're doing 24s all the way around on that guy. So once I get those, I'll get a really, really good idea of what we're going to be dealing with if we're tubbing things and moving stuff. I know it's kind of a lot to throw 24s up on the front of a truck like that, but I don't know, that's what I wanted to do. So waiting on some stuff to come in, and we're just going to keep rolling right through it. I mean, Lucy is the Blazer that I want to have and I want to keep, so we're gonna do it that way. You know what I mean? Do it right.
Can you tell us about the paint? What's going on the outside?
I don't know yet. I don't know, man. I'm back and forth.
No, what's on it right now? I mean, you know the word I want to hear.
What's that shit called when like it's really old paint and like the sun and like birds and shit on it and like
it's called rusty.
What's that? Yeah, I got one of those. I got one of those. And there's guys out in Florida that just go crazy for this type of shit. Like, I want a truck that looks like shit. I want the shittiest truck, but it's got to be the nicest type of shit. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is what you call patina, what Chuck calls patina. It's an ochre patina. There are some spots that have been messed with, and I had to do a ton of rust repair. So I had a local guy in Mesa, Big Happy Rods, do all the rust. I think we talked about this at the last one. Basically, trim down was shot. No good metal there. So, I mean, rockers, lower doors, the torque boxes, floors, all that shit. The tailgate, the bottom half of the tailgate was redone. And I'm kind of bouncing between two painters right now who can kind of, fake the funk a little bit. Brian Vestine at Vestine's Paint Garage is at the top of my list, along with Jerome Boris. He does all the stuff for Street Machinery. Those two guys options. Are like the aces in the Fotina game. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mean, that's so far down the road. Like, Chuck, you're talking like.
Hey, but we're talking about it. Listen, you're manifesting it a little bit,
Yeah,
it comes
and
quick, dude.
Like you said, the manifesting part, like everything is starting to happen because that thing's kind of been in the works for like 4 years or something like that, and everything's starting to come together as if.
There you go.
The way I talked about it back in the day. So I'm excited for that one. Yeah, very excited. And all the boys in the shop, they put in a ton of work, getting the frame set up, and I've had some little celebrity highlights, if you will. Little kid down the street that I raised. My little baby, if you know who I'm talking about. He came in to help me. We set the motor. He did some welding and stuff. He knows how to weld a little bit. I'm talking about Derek. Y'all know Derek, my third son. Anyway,
better
he came in
welder
and helped
than
me
golfer.
out. Well, golf. You can have golf. You can have golf, Mike. Okay. We'll stick to the other shit. Golf. I golfed for the first time the other day. Like golf at long drives and don't move your head a little bit. Move your head, Mikey. Come on, man. There, like that. I did that the other day. You want to talk about that, or are we still on Lucy?
No, still going on you. Going back on you.
Oh, me. Well, Lucy's a 71 Blazer, and it's going to be cool.
Yeah, you're wrapping it up. I think we should talk.
I want to get into this other stuff. Like we did this whole thing last time, but yeah, let's talk about the long drives and dope rides.
Before we get into that, I mean,
not that either.
No, I feel like sometimes I should know this, but maybe my head's been under a rock. But is Sucker Punch done and gone, or is it still alive?
No.
I thought you might have sold it. Really, I didn't know.
It's like a holding pattern, like airplanes, right? Sucker Punch is still around. It's a 62 GMC. It's at the shop right now. So it went to high test for a little bit. He did some love, brought it back. I had man, it was almost gone. I had a solid good offer on it, and I almost took it. Kind of wish I did now, but I still have the truck, and I still plan on doing something with it, whether it's between myself, GSI as the company, or Arizona High Test. Like, we're kind of running a bunch of ideas back and forth on the truck. The truck was always a stepping stone to the Blazer. That was the point of this buying and building this truck. I sort of fell in love with it, and then when the Blazer started to actually happen and I could see it in front of me, I was like, okay, I need to move this. It's all about the financial side of things. Like, I got to move this truck to afford to build the truck I really want. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I do still have the 62. maybe it can be bought, maybe it can't. I'm not sure, but it's on a frame. It's the cabs mounted, wheels. I got wheels, motor, all that kind of cool stuff. I'm not trying to sell it, but if you want, you can hit me up if you want to talk about it. You know what I mean?
What's left?
I do still have it.
Is it close? I mean, is it like 3 months from being done? Now your time and money.
Well, no. I mean, there's that saying that you've said it several times. The last 10% is the longest and hardest. It's not even there yet. That's
but
not
you
the
let somebody else do that and probably love that they get to put that. I mean, the Chuck's like a perfect time.
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Is it? Well,
that's why I want to keep it. I want to keep it close to home. Like whether it's myself, whether it's GSI, High Test, or even Jason Payne down in San Diego. Love that dude to death. We've talked about having him work on the truck a little bit and have him finish it out because I know I could drop it down there and pick it up in 2 weeks and cruise it. So that's always been an option because that dude works super fast and he's a good friend of mine. I just don't have the time or even like the skill to fully build out this thing finish. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things in there that I could start doing that whole practice and all that kind of shit on, but time wise and all that stuff. I mean, I can make excuses all day long. You know what I mean?
And I think why it's important that the audience hears this because it's not always just guys going to High Test and dropping their truck off or going to Big Ten or going to whatever shop it is in the world is. We all are going through the same stuff. So some people might have one build or two builds or, they want to get a build, but they've got balance between, I got realjob.com. I got top that I'm eating because I got to buy parts that I'm waiting over a year for. Mm-hmm. And, and I got these ideas. And then what happens is you get this this fill-in truck. And next thing you know, you're like, not only do I love this truck, but I don't want to sell it, but I got it. I can't even afford.
He knows.
I'm
from Miami.
He's in that same 75 fill-in truck. And then he gets, we're all in the same boat. Like, it's like this squirrel because this Suburban that we want to build or this OBS that we want to build or this Blazer that's been in paint for who knows how long or, and that's me. That's not Lucy. That's what I'm dealing with on my end.
Yeah. Have you seen your Blazer?
Back to
have
what
you
you
gone
said,
and visited
Ronnie.
your Blazer?
Yeah, I mean, he sends me some pictures. I haven't been there for about 2 weeks. It looks
there every other day. Yeah, it looks great.
Oh, it looks really good.
Yeah, but back to what you said, Ronnie, like the parts game, and the lead time on parts just has you look over to the side and then you're like, all right, let me go that way because, just idle time is wasted time, at least in my book. So my 75 is sitting there because I'm waiting on something. Well, I have a 68 with 55,000 miles. Let me play with that one. Or I have my OBS with 80,000 miles, but that's untouched. You just got to keep moving, At least I do. I don't like to sit and wait because you lose momentum. And I'm not about that.
You don't want to just sit there, and we're all the type of guys where it's like, well, you can either clean your shop or find another project. You're like, well, obviously I'm going to find another project.
Correct.
You can afford it. So I just think that we have to recognize that as we're sitting here in this entity when we talk to the guys that are out there and the girls that are out there because they're going through the same stuff. I mean, I literally had an email today. I've been waiting. Next month, it'll be 2 years for a part. 2 years. Still don't have it for my Blazer.
She wasn't talking about me, was she?
No. Friggin' man, crazy. So SMS.
Not me, the part.
Yeah, the part. I don't want to bag. I don't want to bag on SMS, but dude, it's ridiculous, man. It's ridiculous how long I've been waiting for just material for my seats. You just can't. It's like, what are you gonna do? Every time you email them,
you start another project. That's what you do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Or you host a show, or you host Long Drives, Dope Rides. That's your segue.
That's it. That's my cue to come in.
That's the intro, dude. Nobody gets
That's the intro. New Long Drive, Dope Ride. Next year we need a theme song. We need a theme song next year. We're going all out. That was cool. It gave me a chance to do something with something, and I think I did something. And it seemed like everyone liked it. No, but it was cool, man. Fun times.
Tell us about it.
Long drive,
I wasn't there.
Fun time.
What is it?
Cool.
What does it mean?
From the start, it's a golf tournament we set up. I like to golf a lot, and a lot of these guys building trucks. As you meet people in this scene with these old Chevy trucks, it's it's really cool because you start finding, hey, not only we have trucks in common, but hey, you golf too.
Hey, your audio got a little. Are you guys hearing it too? He's a little hard to hear, or no?
They're hard to hear.
No, you're good. That was good. But the story, your story was whack. Start over.
Chop.
There you go.
It's meeting these guys in the scene with the trucks, and then you find out you have a lot more in common than just truck stuff. So I like golfing. I had a couple of guys. James Harden was another guy that kind of pushed me along to set something up. The guys from Trey 5, Jeremy, Frank, they golf. We've been out a couple of times. I knew I had at least a foursome there. Then with friends that I have. Just started asking around. I asked Scott, would you like to do it? And him and his buddies said, yeah, we can put the team together, man. Then I just started asking everyone's shops around here who wants to get in on this. And it just kind of spread interest. I got a lot more attention than I thought I would on it. A lot more people wanting to do it. And it was really cool. I mean, we had some cool custom made trophies. Like I said, you bring the cool rides out. The golf course was really cool with us. They let us park these SEMA builds on the grass. You had Brandon Ramirez truck out there.
Your audio is like whack, bro.
Is it? Maybe I can't talk this long, man.
No, I don't know. Like your Bluetooth is like, I don't know when you go in or out, but you were talking about Brandon. That Suburban was, oh my God. Chuck, let me just give you the idea here, because he's trying to paint a picture with whether it's just the mic or not. But so you've got golf courses all over in Florida. Imagine going up to a golf course and there's like 7 bagged show trucks.
It's awesome.
Like one sitting. I mean, first of all, you'd have heart palpitations if it was one of your trucks. Somebody's like 4. You're like, don't hit the.
Mind you, a bunch of shitty golfers. There's like 6 good golfers. Oh yeah, there's the shitty golfers. All those shitty golfers are hitting golf balls towards your truck.
Yeah, that would be pretty stressful. So yeah, that was kind of the cool thing, was that that they did that. And I come around the corner and the first one that I did see was Brandon Ramirez, his Suburban. And I'm like, oh my God, you got it. This is crazy. It just looks so good. You see all these trucks, and then guys are, dressed up. How funny was that? And it was just it's really going to be a great addition to that weekend that we're going to be able to have and enjoy. And I think I've thanked Mike, but I really want to thank him, because it's a fun thing. He does a lot of work. He got this trophies. Scott made trophies, or a trophy, and it was a success. I think for the first year, it really added a little mix to it, and it was pretty cool.
Oh, definitely. I don't know how much my mic will pick up, but
it's good right now.
It was pretty cool getting and enticing guys to come out dressing up cool, funny, however they want to do it. We had trophies for that, and they did not disappoint. Did not disappoint at all. It was cool. I can't wait till next year, now that I have more time to plan, and a lot of people really enjoy the idea of it. I can't wait. Many more years. Let's keep going.
Yeah, and I think if people come from out of town, whether they're golfers or not, it's just fun. You could almost just go and hang out, whether or not you're going to, it's like, the weather's perfect. Everybody's hanging out, and yeah, it was cool. And the weather we lucked out. It was a little hot on Saturday, but because we were in the shade of the parking structure for the most part, it actually was totally tolerable. So, but like I said before, we're not going to be able to do it on April 8th next year. So we're going to bump it up, because Easter is going to mess it up. I actually like April 8th, even though that's a little hot. It was cool because the host hotel people that were visiting were like, oh no, this is bitching. We can go hang out by the pool. We can get some sun. Whereas if we do it in March, it'll be a little cooler. But,
so you're thinking March then?
Yeah, we're going to probably move it up a few weeks. It's just, so what happens where we're at is that I have to work with the city, find out what the city has available. They're kind of weird. They don't want 2 events going on in the city at the same time, big events. So we have these 2 huge events that go on in March. And so I have to find out when they are, and then jump in either before or between or after them. But then another thing that I've never really had to think about is I don't want to step on other people's toes. For example, they have a show out in Cali, the C10s at the ranch. So you got to look at that and say, well, I don't want to step on their toes or go too far into early March. And then you've got LST that's, you're backing up against too. So April was a great time. There really, wasn't a lot going on, but I think we're looking at mid-March. I think if we can jump into that mid-March, we might luck out. It depends again on some of those other shows, but we'll see. Nothing. So Easter's kicking our ass right now, I guess. So Sucker Punch is alive. Somebody said on the comments, they said, don't sell it. They love those 62s. That was from Kevin Williams. Another question that Kevin Williams had was, I think he said, when is Dino's? Which that's going to be November 11th or 12th right there. It's always that Friday. And then I think this year, which is going to benefit the whole weekend, is Labor Day. Labor Day is that Monday. So that makes it a little easier if you want to come out and you're going to hang. And, the way it works out this year is you can hang out and, maybe Sunday, instead of a travel day on Sunday, maybe you can travel on Monday. So, all right. What else, Scott? What else you got?
Is there any way we can get Chuck to not look so hitmanish? Why do you look like a hitman? Chuck looks like a
Italian's,
hitman.
Where are you
in Guido's little back room, man.
Looks like a psychiatrist you do a Zoom meeting with every other week.
Yeah, maybe we should. This is
like
therapy.
Sponge. I'm a good
This
listener.
is therapy, right? This is therapy.
Yeah, it is. And the best part is I'm so far away from you guys, and you guys have so much in common with me, and I can probably have a longer conversation with you three than almost anybody out here, So
shucks, man.
I'm honored. Thank you.
The new house. How's
Cheers,
that?
Chucky.
Yeah. Cheers. Salute. Hey. I know.
Cheers.
Just for Chuck, I got Corona with Propel.
This laser engraved tumbler. This is sick.
Hey, speaking of that,
you got my name on it.
Where's those gorilla? You guys were running Gorilla hard for a while. I like that little gorilla. Listen to that.
He gone. He went away.
He's extinct.
Harambe.
All right.
Yeah.
Dick's out.
He's out. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So how's the house, Chuck? What's going on? Let the audience know.
Not even people at my place of employment or places of employment know. Just as let's talk about real estate. So what can I tell you? It's up. So investing 101. Buy low, sell high. So I threw a teaser out there. And on the corner of the neighborhood there, and I had a traffic jam set up in the middle, on my street. And I'm like, man, somebody doing a garage sale? Like, what's going on? And it was because of my house. Not that my house is anything. It's just for sale. So, and Miami's almost like the world's playground. So it's just, cash offers on cash offers. And I said, I kind of got nervous. And I'm like, man, that was quick. So I took it off the market and I said, no, I'm not. I really got to think about this. So I waited 3 months and I said, I'm feeling it. I go by energies, man. So I feel things. So I said, let me put out there again. And in 3 days, I had a contract way over asking. And
you probably already
this is not mine anymore. This isn't mine. I'm here, but it ain't mine no more.
You
So
probably asked high anyways.
What's that?
You probably already asked high anyways.
Yes and no. Yes and no, because the standard, at least here, I'll speak for South Florida, is above asking. Asking it's like a starting bid. Like if you're asking whatever, 100,000, starts at 100. Now wait for the offers to come in. So the highest offer takes it, and it's not subjective to appraisal. And they don't care. They pay over it. So I don't know where it's coming from, but it's actually a local guy. He's an attorney, and he's like, "Hey, that's mine. I want it." I'm like, "All right, well, let's see." So yeah, it's his now. So in the meantime, I'm moving basically to Orlando, just 45 minutes north of Orlando, Florida, by Mickey Mouse over there, and I'm real excited.
You don't say gay. As long as you don't say gay.
No, I got Ron DeSantis here. So you want to talk politics? We'll start.
Can't say gay.
No, we're good.
Okay. Just coach, because your thing picks up your shirt and
does it?
Leave it on. Don't take it off.
Leave it on.
No, I mean
that's not what he's asking.
No.
Right.
Just take their shirt off.
Take the and then
how many views we'll get?
Then I'll have nothing. I'll have nothing on. I'm from here up. That's it.
This is therapy.
This is Zoom Pro.
Yeah, your little thing is hitting your shirt. Yeah, there you go. Just got to lean forward a little bit.
Is that the only little thing in my shirt? I just want to make sure here.
Way better.
Hey, Chuck, you ever heard of these things? They're wireless, dude. No,
well, listen, I got a set.
Mike got big
I got
ones.
a set for Christmas.
Yeah,
I did.
His is bigger than mine.
And I was scared I was going to lose them. So I was like, listen, it's got a wire on it. I won't lose it. So, anyway, long story short, so I'm heading towards just above Orlando, and real excited. I got real big plans, and I'll be building a shop for all my builds, and it's gonna be real nice. It's gonna have those Lowe's or concrete polished floors. It's going to be real nice, and I'll be working out of a spot that I can actually move around, and I'll be tight. I'm very tight here, but now I'll have plenty of room over there at the new place.
Property? I saw the picture, but it was like an acre, 3 acres.
Yeah, it's just under 3.
Okay.
And
old house,
no farm animals or anything like that.
Remodel.
No, the house was built in 84. The barn was also built in 84. I had a barn there already. I saved a pencil sharpener out of there. I don't know if any kids now know what a pencil sharpener is. Anyway, has some cool old junk in there, and I took it all down with 2 other guys, and I'm allowed to burn on my property. So I had a huge fire pit, and we burned half the barn, and we put the rest in a container, and it went. So probably in 2 weeks, they're pouring the foundation for the concrete foundation
for the shop.
We're doing for the shop. Yeah, the house is already. The house is
numbers 40 by 50.
There you go. 40 by 60 with a 20-foot awning up front, so you can pull up and park underneath the roof. And then so it's 40. So add another 20. So that's 40 by 60. 60 long, like deep. Add another 20, so it's 80. And then it's 40 by 60. So on the side, I'm going 12 out. So it'll be 52 wide by 80. So the wide is the lean-to.
How tall? 14 foot inside?
There you go. I think you're looking at my blueprints, man. So the guy told me 16 or 14.
I'm talking to my framer over here.
There you go.
So he said bread and butter.
16, or do you want 12, or do you want? I go, let's go somewhere in between. I don't have an RV, so I don't need 16, but definitely going to have a 4-post lift, and it's definitely going to have a 2-post lift. So I'm real excited. And, it's going to be air conditioned and stuff. Can't be out there sweating while I'm grinding.
Dude, your therapy time is going to be, it's going to be
overwhelmed with therapy. Yeah. So it's partial retirement too. So that's my retirement gift. I'm buying myself a shop. So
are you going to like it off so you can keep everybody out and you can just hunker down? Let's see. We got Blake.
No, we got Brooks, but he's being shy. Brooks, you want to say hi to Ronnie? No, look, come here. Say what's up to the guys. Look. Ronnie. There's Chuck. Remember Chuck?
Yeah.
And Mullet Mike. Shake it, Mike.
How was school today? Was school good?
He's talking to you. He said, how was school?
Oh, he might not be able to hear me because you got your ear pods on.
How was school?
Good.
Now get the other one out here and he'll take over this whole thing.
Yeah.
Take over this whole show. No, not yet. We're not ready for him yet.
Yeah, let him hang. Give him an ear pod. He'll be ready to rip and roar. He'll be ready. So it's
never seen himself on an iPad before.
Exactly. So it's going to be like 3,000 feet and 60. Dude, you're going to be you're in heaven, dude.
Yeah, basically. So I'll be living there, and my lady will be living in the house. But we're doing a simultaneous. There's a remodel in the house and there's a shop going up. But I'm going to be the GC of the whole project, and I know everything's custom. You know how it is. I like things a certain way, and I got to be on top of it. So I'll be managing those two projects. But for the truck community, what does this mean? It just means a lot more content, a lot more content. It's basically what it is, truck content, and it puts me 4 hours out of Miami, so north. So that allows me to go. I can be in, Battle, Alabama. I can be in Tennessee. I can be in Texas in half. Probably saving a third of the trip just from being 4 hours north of Miami. So it's exciting, real exciting. A little nervous, but listen, you don't grow unless you travel outside your comfort zone. So I'm ready to grow again.
How about family and fishing and stuff? Is that going to be affected because you're not going to be?
Yeah, I'll have water on both sides of me, 45 minutes either way, because I'm right where Florida bottlenecks gets tight, and then it opens up again and goes to the Panhandle. So to my one side, to my east, I have Daytona Motor Speedway or Daytona Beach, and then to my west, I have Tampa. So I got water on both sides.
Orlando's a good place to be.
What's that?
Sounds like Orlando's a great place to be.
Yeah, I'm just a little bit north of that, but it's 45 minutes north of Orlando. So Orlando would be my airport to go to.
How far from Disneyland?
45 minutes.
Or Disney World, sorry. Yeah.
45, yeah. Not probably.
Well, jammed him up, Jelly Tide, talking about Disney.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, he's jammed up.
You hear me there?
Yep, we got you.
Yeah, I'm 45 minutes from Disney.
Okay. Mikey, what's going on with the truck? You got it tuned? You over at
I took it over to Speed Sports after I went to your house and picked it up from the reunion. Drove it around the corner. Old Mark Clark down there. Got her dialed in. Haven't really done much in the past year.
Clark over there.
Marky Clark is a fun guy, man. If you're in that area, just in town, right?
What did you have to do? Just run a tune on it?
Yeah, I just run a tune. It was running a little rich. I went to that show in Laughlin, and I ended up driving it majority of the way there and all the way back. You're just running rich. Just needed a tune-up, oil change, put it back on the dyno. Let's see if we get some more power out of it. Rejet the carb.
The what?
Fix the AC. Just maintenance stuff, right?
I heard you, Scott.
The what? What's the carb?
What? Well, the carb. Nah, it is cool, man. I mean, LS would be sweet in that thing, but it's just a cool little cruiser. That's why.
But we got a burb to build.
Yeah.
We got a burb to build.
What's going on with the burb?
So the burb's sitting, man. Just keep trying to take my boy Scott out to lunch, see if he wants to build a Suburban chassis or what.
Gonna take a lot of birria tacos, man.
A lot of tacos. But no, just trying to grind on that same thing. I'm just kind of saving up for parts right now. I mean,
what year?
It's a 92, so first year of the OBS for the Suburban.
And it's like 3/4. It's not 4-wheel drive, but it's like 3/4.
Yeah, it's like 3/4, 8 lug, not 4-wheel drive.
So yeah, that's easy to switch out.
Easy to switch out. I do want a full chassis for it. I want it to be legit. I mean, this is going to be a big build. This is another tribute to my grandpa. That's his truck. He bought it brand new. Been the only owner since, and now he passed it on to me. So time to do something cool. Family cruiser. You know, my step side's cool, but I can't get my family of 4 in it. I could take the boys or I could take my wife, but I can't take more than 3. So it's
the renderings, I can't wait. I mean, it's going to be a fun, very fun build. You know, the key is, and back to the audience, right? This is I'm dealing with this right now with my Blazer. Is my girls are 16, almost 17. One just turned 15. My son's moved out already. So like for Mike and honestly for Scott too, is like you get these projects and you're like, dude, I'm going to take my family around. And then you're like 4 years later, the kids are like 4 years older.
Yeah. Right.
That's the deal with the Blazer. I'm afraid these kids are going to be too damn tall to sit in the back seat when it's finished.
You can have another one.
Yeah.
Man. Have another one.
What'd you watch your mouth?
Yeah. hey, we all got them. What do you got?
Yeah, why don't you have one? Why don't you have one, and then we'll talk about have another.
My Bluetooth
Audio
is dying over
disconnection.
here. I can't hear you.
Yeah, rub it on my shirt.
What's the nephew's name? The little guy. He's a stud.
Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony. I loaded.
Yeah, he's about 17 years old now. He ain't that little no more, man.
He ain't 17.
No, he's not. Hell no, he's not.
Fun, but
he's like 12 or 11 or something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's the hard deal. Let's see here. So they're telling you to DM Chuck. They got all kinds of stuff going on here in the questions here.
Let's look at some questions here.
I can't be on my Instagram if you want to let those guys know because I was getting a lot of DMs.
Oh yeah,
it looks like Derek's been helping Fisher Motor Company out.
Oh, I just had some weird audio kick in. There you go. What was that? What was this? What was Mikey?
So just some questions on here that I'm seeing. On
YouTube, Mikey?
Yeah, on the YouTube. First time builder like myself. How can I get a Q&A with one or two pro builders live stream? I have a lot of questions during the process of building.
I mean,
call Jeremy at Trey 5 Custom.
Call Jeremy. You want Jeremy's phone number? Let's just give it out right here.
Yeah.
He loves to talk.
Thank you. I think what we do is we do a Q&A and cover it so everybody can hear it on a podcast because these guys field the three of you. I mean, I know Scott for sure and Chuck, you're always so welcoming with your time, but you got to knock it out in one big swoop. And we do an interview. I'll get this guy and say, well, what's your questions? And we'll link them up because the more you can do that, the more that we can put out content that multiple people can answer because let's just face it, a pro builder, right? I mean, we could call it Big Trey 5, Chuck C, GSI, Grinder, whatever. I don't care.
Metal locks.
High test metal locks. So they don't have time. They don't have time to get the guys' builds done that they're doing, So now it's just been crazy where I was talking to a guy today on the phone and he actually was pretty disheartened with some stuff. He's like, I'll call people, but these are my friends. And this is a local guy that 3 out of the 4 squares know very well. And he's just like, I'm not going to call you 3 times. If I have to call you twice and you don't call me back and you can't get to me, then I'm going to move on and I'm not going to take it too personal, but I'm going to move on. And it's a crazy time, and I guess there's short supply of parts, a lot of builds out there. And then the number one thing is trying to find the talent to accomplish all those builds. I'm sure GSI is hiring all the time, probably like every day.
Yeah. Pull up.
Have you ever pulled up through there? You seen the operation Scott runs? See, that's a cool operation down there.
Are you still allowed to go back to work or do you still have to evacuate?
We're back. That only lasted one day. And I was in California so the boys texted me like, what are we supposed to do? So they got out of town. But for everybody, there's an SRP plant right next to the shop and it caught on fire, right? Caught on fire.
So it's not, so SRP for the audience is our local electric company. We have 2 big electric power companies. Well, and I don't even know at what level I'm supposed to talk about this, but SRP subbed out some property to a battery storage. Now we're going to get totally into the fire department weeds and stuff, but the bottom line is think about battery storage and lithium batteries in a huge shop, Chuck's shop, you have all these batteries. Well, they catch on fire. Well, when they catch on fire, there's really no way to put them out. Lithium batteries do not like to be put out. So you can put water on them and then you have a water runoff problem. So where Scott's shop is literally, in the city that I work for the fire department, and they evacuated that area because they were like, is this thing going to blow? Like, or is this building going to blow up? Because they can't keep putting water on it. And so they're trying to figure out what to do. And
yeah,
I'd love to tell you that we know what we're doing, but at this point, I think they're still trying to figure it out. I haven't had the opportunity to go out there, and I'm pretty happy about that myself. Even though I've been on duty, other crews have went out there, and then we've backfilled other stations and stuff like that. But I haven't had to go out there and breathe that yet.
Yeah, they sent out some evacuation thing and the cops came and kicked everybody out on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
But it was business as usual on Friday morning. I was traveling. We were doing some stuff with the guys over at Curry. So I wasn't really involved in all that crap. But yeah, they sent an email and said, get everybody out. Cops came, kicked them out. And they went right back to work at 5 a.m. on Friday, and everything's been fine. So
yeah,
no, I think I haven't even heard a word about it. So we're good now.
they're still managing it, but realize too, it's a lot of work to try to keep a lot of people out of work. You know, people want to work, they want to get up, they want to get paid, and yeah, it's crazy stuff. So hopefully this.
So really, we might have lost an hour.
Oh,
top, you know, that's about it.
Cool. All right.
When you're looking for classic Chevy or GMC truck parts, brotherstrucks.com is your number one source for 1947 to 87 Chevy and GMC truck restoration parts. So whether you are restoring an original or looking to customize that classic truck, brotherstrucks.com has thousands of the highest quality truck parts for you to choose from. So head over to brotherstrucks.com and order your free catalog today. And don't forget to follow Brothers on Facebook and Instagram for daily updates and special offers too. C10 Nation, what's stopping you? Well, CPP has you covered. They offer multiple different options to make the disc brake conversion as easy as possible on both you and your wallet. From stock height conversions to their Big Brake Grand Slam kit. How's your altitude? You need to get a little lower? CPP has you covered there too. They offer a wide variety of drop kits for you to choose from. Guys, head over to classicperform.com. That's classicperform.com to save big today. Marquet has been in business for over 40 years. It all started in the original owner's garage. From humble beginnings of a couple parts in a garage to a 2-building manufacturing facility making over 6,000 parts, Marquet has grown to be one of the country's premier truck parts manufacturers. They not only design the products, but also design the tooling to build the products, guaranteeing quality control. They have made their original parts from the original trucks. Aluminum strips are double polished, creating a mirror finish, and crystal clear anodized. They use the highest quality, hand-selected show quality wood that will hold up over time. Why? Because it's kiln dried to precision moisture levels specifically for Marquet. They stock oak, pine, and mini exotics, guaranteeing extremely fast delivery. All parts are manufactured in-house in Oklahoma City, USA. They offer quality parts built by Americans for old American-made trucks. So when you're looking for body moldings, bed strips, bed wood, and so much more, think Marquet. That's mar-k.com.
All right, so back to Chuck, you've got the 75 you're waiting on parts. You've got your the low mile 68, and you've got the
93.
You're so fond of this thing, right? This has got you just living and loving right now.
All of them do. Yeah. But I'm still about my 75. I'm a one project guy, one at a time project guy. And one thing about me, I always finish my builds, always. And I'm hard on myself, so in a good way. But when I'm waiting on parts, I got to keep moving. So there's always something you can do to one of the trucks. My 55 GMO, that's it's on a battery tender. It's underneath a plastic, like a bubble wrap, condom looking thing. She's perfect. She's ready for a show, but there's nothing happening out here. And now I'm in the middle of moving, so every weekend I'm driving up for hours, and to do stuff. So,
right, because I know you're such a perfectionist. If you can lean forward 3 inches, that thing won't hit your. Yep, there you go.
Oh, got it. All right.
Because it just drags on your shirt, and then it's.
Yeah. I can take it off. You keep asking, I will.
You take the shirt off.
Tell us what's really bugging you, Ronnie.
What's that, Mikey?
I said, tell us what's really bugging you over there. The audio, everything.
Your dad. Well, because
I
am an audio snob, man. That freaking because in post I'm always trying to freaking clean it up, and I spend hours on hours. I'm not cleaning this up. I'm doing this for the audience. I want them to have a
clear understanding
for the audience. Yeah, I had the margarita mix getting poured. He doesn't realize
Is how loud it is. Me scooping the ice right now.
The ice. We can hear the margarita juice going in. Look at Scott. Scott's. Oh no, there he is. Yeah.
Clean that up.
Clean that up after we're done.
Yeah.
Hey, so one of the questions here, Engineered Vintage, he says, excited to see Scott, what Scott's doing with Curry. You were out there the other day with the Deuce, JJ, and the truck. What is there something there that you can talk about, or that's
no, it's not like top secret. They do a thing called Curry Garage. I think it's a YouTube series or something. And so John Henson is their media and sales, I don't know, some management, something or other over there. Super cool dude. He's way into it. He organizes, like he helps organize all those Cars and Coffees and Cruising PCH and all that stuff. So if you guys don't know John, get to know John because he's a good, cool dude. But anyway, he hit me up and asked if we had anything we could bring out to Curry Garage, where they invite you into their shop. So we basically took a client, JJ Phillips, out of Simi Valley. He won Best of Show at the reunion. His truck won Best of Show at the reunion. So
yeah,
you know him.
I made the thing today and didn't post it, so I do need to post that up. Not that he
super
posted, but
cool dude. He's not like super active and real like well known, I guess, but real cool dude. Loves the truck. Loves that he has that truck and now it's getting some exposure. But anyway, the truck was left in Chandler at the reunion with Jason Berlin. And we were supposed to drive up to Simi, pick it up, take it down to Curry, and blah blah blah. But anyway, he just left it in Chandler. Then we finished up work Thursday night and just jammed out to Corona. And you want the Curry story or everything else story?
Whatever you want to share story.
Anyway, yeah, we jammed out to Corona Thursday night. So it was Anthony, myself, and Jason Berlin.
So no
we took JJ's truck.
Any bridge stories or any bridge stories?
No.
Any bridges?
We crossed a bridge. Well, we crossed an overpass. We had to walk across an overpass to get to this. Jason Berlin likes dive bars. So we get to Corona, we get to the Holiday Inn Express, and we check in and do our thing.
I like that spot.
Who just oohed? You, Chuck? That ain't
Holiday
for
Inn
you.
Express, man.
That ain't for you.
That's his.
That's my jam.
When I told Brianna, she runs the show with the shop. She runs the show. She holds it down. She's the one. I said, hey, book us a hotel in Corona for this Curry thing. And my one stipulation was they had the little pumps on the wall in the shower, for the shampoo and the shit, right? What, you like that? Don't.
Well, you can request. I didn't know that was a request you could do.
No, you can request it from the person you can say, look, don't book me a hotel if you don't have that. So anyway, I don't know what she did, but whatever. It was 3 beds in it too. Well,
so no bars of soap here.
Anyway, no bars of soap. You just pump it and do your thing, and that's all I wanted. So she did that. Anyway, we get to Corona, we check in, and we walk next door. I don't know what the place is called, but it looked like a shitty dive bar. We walk in, and it's like Olive Garden plus, it wasn't like super classy, but it wasn't they were wearing ties and fancy. Anyway, we walked in and we had one drink and we left. And Jason said, where's the nearest dive bar, to the bartender? And he's like, well, you got to go across the street, you got to cross over the overpass, blah, blah, blah. So we walked. We just hooked it over to cross to Sham/Rock, like rock, you know what I'm saying? Not Shamrocks like Irish. We get in there, we start eating, drinking,
and it wasn't a dive bar.
No, the dive bar. It was the diviest dive bar I've been to in a long time. Karaoke was going off, like the locals were all there, like everybody knew each other. It was rad. We stayed there all night.
So there was guys that were wearing like black shirts and hats, not
No. It was not the people that I've been to Corona before. There was nobody that I'd recognized in Corona, California. I got some family in Corona, and this was a dive. It was a dive. And it was perfect. It was perfect for us. We watched karaoke, like front row karaoke. We met some of the locals. We hung out and talked and just had some beers and just had a really good time. It started pouring rain, and we had to walk back up and over it wasn't a lot. It was maybe, so I know I'm going to probably get shit for my distance gauge here, but it was probably maybe a mile that we had to walk. It was shorter than the Golden Gate Bridge.
Did you throw a football that far?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I could have. Go on. Anyway, we walked back in the rain and whatever. So then we wake up.
You could call an Uber if it's pouring ass rain,
No, it was. Let me tell you, if you guys ever get a chance to go hang out with Berlin, take it. Take it. That dude is a good freaking time.
Yeah.
So anyway, he's like, no, we're not. That guy would not let us Uber. It's pouring rain. He's like, I love it. Let's walk. Let's go. Let's talk. Like, good time, Jason. So we walk and we get back to the hotel and go to sleep or whatever. And then we get up and we go to Curry. I'm not feeling good. Like I don't know, man. I might be a lightweight or something, but I'm not feeling so good. We all got a little bit of baby hangovers, and we go into Curry. So Curry, that's what we're really talking about. It's a mile away from the hotel. Mile 1.3. 1.3. 1.3. If you look at the map, 1.3.
A football mile or a walk to the bar mile? Figure out my distance here.
We drove there.
Okay.
Upper ball joint was okay on the truck getting there?
We didn't take the dually. We took the.
Oh, okay.
We took the
GSI truck.
No, we took Berlin's trucks.
Oh, okay.
Oh. So then we get to this with all. I'm sure most of you guys. I know Chuck probably has. Jason didn't tell his wife. And his wife's a sweetheart. She's just cute little sweetheart. Anyway, he didn't tell her we're going to Curry, and she had been planning a date night for like 3 months or something, like babysitters camp, whatever. So he's freaking out. He's like, "You think we be back by like 7? No, we can't. Back by 7. We can't be back by 7. You're crazy." Yeah, and we're driving through LA. So the plan is to go to Corona, shoot the video in Corona that starts at 8:30. Videos, take forever. Then we're supposed to drive 2.5 hours to Simi Valley, drop the truck off with JJ, and then book it back to AZ. Now, 2.5 hours, too easy. Have you ever been to LA?
I'm kidding.
Oh, yeah. 2.5 hours from Corona to Simi Valley through LA traffic Friday night. Dude, that's 13 hours.
Oof.
So, anyway, we're like, man, we got to get you back. Like, it's that same.
So at 5 o'clock, did you decide to call Joy and say, "Hey, I'm not going to be there, babe"?
No, man. I booked a flight. I booked him a flight. So I'm sitting in the truck. I booked him a flight. I said, "You're getting home for date night," because I've been in his shoes, man. I know what that's like. So we got him a flight. We did the damn video, which was cool. We can circle back on that if you want. But we got. Bottom line, we got Jason home. And we didn't have to go to Simi Valley. So Anthony and I drove Jason's truck back and got home Friday night at 8:30 or something. Jason probably got home at 5. They did date night. Everybody's happy.
What happened to the truck? What happened to JJ's truck?
We're filming the video. Now, we're filming the video. And JJ has CVT. JJ had CVT. Filming the video, and we're talking about CVT.
Hey, for the audience, it's not a disease, it's not a sexual.
Yeah, I see all your. Yeah, you know what happened.
The way you're saying it is, it's like he's got SVT, CVT. Yeah, okay, he's got Accuair.
No, it's not a disorder. It's not a disorder.
Yeah, I want to make sure. Some of these guys, what the hell CVT mean?
Is it contagious?
So we know.
It
seems like it is. So we're up there and we're doing the thing. We're doing the you pull into this shop, and it is Casey Curry's race shop. So he has all of his race Jeeps. His whole race program is built in. Casey. If you don't know who Casey Curry is, check him out. He's a big time off road racing guy. It's his race shop. We pull in. The lights are set up. They got camera guys. All these professional dudes. Super cool. On point. I'm talking like they had their lights on point. They had their cameras on point. They almost had like a director. Like it was just flawless, like a seamless little production. And so I did my part. We talk about the chassis. I talk about meeting JJ, etc. And then we bring in Jason, and he starts going over his part and what he did, the plumbing, the wiring, and he's like, "Yeah, this is the CVT, which typically have like 100% failure rate, but this one seems to be fine." And then we wrap it up, and then they're like, "Hey, let's get the truck on the lift so we can get underneath it and check out, the suspension and all that in the chassis." And it starts flashing the light. And he looks at me like, fucking jinx myself. We get it done. We make it happen. We work it out. So he goes over in the corner. He calls JJ and he's like, "Look, JJ, like this is the deal. Accuair, it did what we thought it would do. So let me get it home and let me fix it. Let me do a CVT delete. We'll turn it to an endo VT. We'll put the compressor on the outside, blah, blah, blah." So JJ's like, "Cool, take it home." So now we did a video, which was really cool. I mean, there's driving footage and burnouts and all kinds of cool fun stuff. Then Uber comes to grab Jason, and we load the truck up and we head home. So now the truck is still in Phoenix, or It's in Chandler. Jason's doing a CVT delete, and then JJ's going to come back and get it, or we're going to get it to him, whatever. I don't know the deal. But the video with Curry was really cool. You'll see it on their YouTube garage thing. They do a really nice job. They do a really nice job of making videos and interviewing people and asking the right questions. And they have a team of people. There's a few videographers that we got to know that were super cool, young dudes, just stoked to be making cool videos. And they're Casey Curry's like squad. They make videos of Casey Curry all day. Monster Energy, and they do all that kind of cool stuff with him. So the Curry Garage experience is really cool. And not to mention, we got like to tour their facility. They have several shops. We went to the 9-inch, like street division, if you will. Like everybody who's putting Curry 9-inches in their trucks, like all the chassis we sell have Curry 9-inches in them. We got to see how they were made. I met the guy that were welding them. I met the guys that were putting the third members. There's guys that have worked there for like 40 years, like super old timers. And Curry was an impressive facility. It was cool. And John treated us well. We went around, met the sales guys that we deal with, and we were ordering stuff and saw like, it's like one of those rooms that has like the lineage and like the history of Curry Enterprises all along the walls, like grandpa and the boys and then the young boys and their race cars and so on. So it was really cool. That was kind of a cool little trip to go through Curry. Like somebody we've known forever. I've known of Curry Enterprises since before I was even doing this, you know what I mean? And to be there and to go through their place and get deep into like the history of Curry was really cool. So that was a good experience for us. And then we hopped in the truck and drove home. So it was a quick turn and burn. We spent one night there and went to Shamrocks and did watch some karaoke.
Berlin made it home, right? So he got
Berlin made it home. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she was probably happy, right? I mean,
that's why my wife will let me hang out with you, because she knows you're a solid dude and you'll get me home for date night. Scott's a solid dude. Everyone knows this.
100%.
I'll get you home for date night. But yeah, Berlin made it home, and then later on he came back, because when I drove his truck, I left it at my house. I brought everything back, so I had his truck, JJ's truck, JJ's trailer. Check this out. We drive JJ's truck all the way home from Corona to Arizona, and by the time I get home, it's 8:30 or whatever. So it's dark. It's dark before I even get into Phoenix. I'm like, fuck, there's no freaking trailer lights. People are honking at me and like, no lights. And anyway, I make it home without any kind of incident. And then Jason calls me, and he's like, yo, I'm gonna come get the truck and trailer. Cool, I'm home now, whatever. We finished up baseball, whatever. And we're back, and he shows up, and I said, dude, we had no lights. The whole time we were driving, we had no lights. Driving there, no lights. Driving home, no lights. And so we're looking around, and he has this little compartment in the trailer. Pull it open, and there's a wire harness for the lights. We had lights the whole time. We just had to freaking open our eyes. I could have gotten pinched, And anyway, that was kind of funny. I thought it was funny. Anyway, Chuck's not laughing.
Mm-mm. I'm laughing. There's always something. It's never an easy trip with you.
No, wait a minute. You just said I'm the easy guy that takes care of things.
No, you'll take care of it, but like this is not uncar related, unvehicle related.
Hey, we didn't get pulled over, no tickets. I mean, there were times when don't tell Berlin, but I was hitting the rev limiter on the truck, on the old AT4. I wanted to get home too, man. I wanted to get home too.
Yeah, he's got a brand new, like 2020, 2021 AT4, right? So you were riding in style. You're like, I don't care.
Oh, yeah.
Lights.
Oh, yeah.
Shit.
I was getting a massage. I was listening to music. Air conditioning coming from every angle. I was good.
Dang.
Awesome. I was good.
He's like, put the ball sack AC on.
Yeah, he does it good. But anyway, I don't know when the episode's coming out or whatever. I think they have 2 before ours, and then they want to do more. So every one of you that's got a career in, man, you should get with John and set it up, because it's a good time and they make good videos.
Let's talk a little bit about what you said, because I think the audience would like that. So the CVT, RIP 2 years ago, AccuAir.
You're gonna make me. You're gonna make me.
No, we're gonna do good. We're gonna say that the CVTs are, hey, maybe they didn't get it right, and so you already said that there's a high yield percentage of failure on those things. So when you described it, you talked about going endo and switching it up, but you went through it very fast. So you'll see that.
So if you have a CVT right now, anybody listening or watching or whatever, if you have a CVT now, you might be okay. There's a very high probability that you won't be okay. So before that happens, you can do a CVT delete where you basically take the caps off, you pull the compressor out, and you do whatever you want with it. Then you put the caps back on, you reseal everything, and now you have what's essentially called a VT, valve tank. Right? That's what you want to kind of go after? Like, what are you talking about, Ronnie?
Yep, okay. Exactly. So you're going to get
with that.
You go ahead. External compressors.
Yeah. So you go back. I don't want to say you kind of go back. You go backwards.
Well, you're deleting the compressor out. For the audience, it's jammed inside of a tank. A very cool idea, but you're going to get rid of that. Can you leave the compressor in there and just bypass it? So even if it wanted to stay in there, could you do that? Whereas like before,
by that point, you lose some volume if that's important to you. You know, that compressor takes up all that space, and I don't know. You might as well get it out of there. Because I think there's a wire harness swap you have to do and things like that inside. So you're in it anyway. You might as well just unclip it and junk it. Then you throw, you get some Viaires. Those things are tried, true, tested. They work. Everybody knows. Every one of you guys has Viaire air compressors on something or has had them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they work. So you mount those however you want. I mean, there's this company in Chandler called GSI Machine and Fabrication that makes some really slick air compressor mounts. www.gsimfab.com if you're wondering where to get them. Now you know or you DM Chucksy. Anyway, so we make compressor mounts so you can both, and you can hang those off the tank, or you can mount them on the side of your chassis, whatever you want. But yeah, you throw external compressors, you wire them in, you pull them in, and now you're solid. And you still have the valves on the end of your tank, which is good to go. That's a solid setup. I have it on the dually. I had it on Huckleberry. Like VT is solid.
Yeah, valve.
So if I can chime in, like I went through that, I experienced that, and luckily it happened in my garage. So CVT, compressor, valve, tank. So all you're doing is removing the C, and you're left with a VT. So that's your goal, to go back to the VT. So in my case, I took the whole tank out, the CVT. I didn't take the end caps off like Scott was saying, which is another way of doing it. And I just remember I hardline everything like Jason from High Test. Not like him, but I try to do it like him, but I use all his products. So when you remove the CVT, and like Scott said, there's a high probability it's going to fail, get rid of it or do the swap. If you're not comfortable with doing the swap, there's a few shops out in AZ, I think Switch, you send them your tank, they'll redo it for you, or they have a kit for it, and they'll bring it back as a VT. So you can either buy a VT, a valve tank, means the valves are in the tank, but your hard lines and your wiring is going to plug exactly where the CVT was. So don't think you have to reroute and redo everything. I thought I had to, but now that I've experienced it, everything, my hard lines plugged right into my VT, and I did mount my external Viaires onto the chassis, onto the sides of the chassis, like saddlebag them onto the side of the chassis. And now, I don't know, I'd say 9,000 miles later, my VT is still perfect. I don't think my CVT made it to 1,000 miles.
You have two tanks or what? Or one tank on the side?
One tank, two compressors.
Okay. I got one tank each side and one compressor each side going to each.
You have three?
Got it.
You have a 3 or 5s?
2 3s.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So whereas, I wonder if most guys are running a 5 and two
right.
And a 5.
I had 2 3s and 2 440s on my square body.
Yeah.
My dually has 2 5s and 4 480s. And one's a VT, an endo VT, which is valve tank, and the other one's an endo T, which is just a tank.
And then you're running a VU4, a standalone valve body, right?
No, because I have a VT. So
you said, you're VT and then 1 to 2. I get it. I thought you meant, So if you have just
4 480s, so that's it. There you go.
Yeah. So you're like, hey, don't make me freaking get in trouble with AccuAir. I think AccuAir wants to hear this, because CVT's done, right? It's been bought.
They know it.
They know it's done. They're not going to throw any more good money after bad money, and they're going to, the audience needs to know that if you have, depending on where you're at, but there is options out there. Another thing that I think is really important is Carlos Drop Lowered has done this on his little green 67, and like on Yellowstone, I had on my tank, I had an air chuck, and I was always like, oh, I can air up or whatever. But I think what he's done, and I would do this, and I don't know if you guys have done this as well, but he teed off everything. So he's got 4 Schraders like hidden, and you can just Schrader up. And so if you've got air, you've got a compressor, even though your valves aren't opening or closing or something's failing, you can get air to each corner, at least to move a vehicle, because sometimes vehicles will drop, you'll lose, obviously if a bag goes out, you lose it. But if it goes out, then you can still air it up, and you're like, oh, okay. So you're almost going into old school manual mode.
No, I definitely have something.
What's that, Scott?
Sorry, Mike. The JJ's truck has that set up. It's got like a heart fab little panel in the back where you can add air to it. So thankfully we had that. And that's what got us through, because you can just hit it with shop air and then it would still come up.
Yeah, and odds are your compressors are still working. So if you have compressors and they're out, and then, well, if you don't have a CVT, then you've got air, and you might have a problem with maybe your valve body or something like that. But if you've got a tank, you've got air, you can. Yeah,
we got lucky with his because the valve still worked, the touchpad still worked, E-level didn't work, and CVT didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Or the C didn't work. So we hit it with shop air, aired it up, did our thing, and then got it back on the trailer and brought it home. In fact, we even took it out Saturday night, downtown Gilbert, right by your house, Ronnie.
Mm-hmm.
And man, we took it out for a little cruise and kind of made it look cool. So to get it to drop, Jason filled it up with shop air, and then we manually messed with each corner and measured ride height with a tape measure and stuff like that to get it to where we knew we could drive it. And we cruised up and down downtown Gilbert a couple times and then hit it. That truck is a race car. I mean, it's built super, if you watch the curve, it's super high compression. It runs only on race gas. It has straight pipes, no mufflers. You can't have that truck in California. I don't know why. The guy lives in there. You can't register. You can't do, I mean, I don't think you can anyway. You can't pull up and get gas. Like the gas you buy for that truck is off-road only. You know what I mean? It's like 118 octane or something crazy. Like wow. It's freaking rad. What's up?
Who built the motor?
Texas Speed. It's a Texas Speed like 416, like 12-to-1 compression or something crazy like that. But it's got this gnarly exhaust that, like, instead of a muffler, it's like a choke style. So it goes big and then small and then big and then small again. It's wild. He's a race car guy. He has like a trophy truck or something. Not trophy truck, but like a very capable off-road pre-runner, if you will. And then I think he's into racing and stuff like that. So he built this thing to be a beast, but it's not a California-friendly vehicle.
You got cruising Gilbert Road for chicks, up and down those lights.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh, that's cool. I get it. All right. Let me see here. So we've got. Let's see. I'm glad y'all talking about conversion on those compressors. Yeah, I mean, I knew that's a big deal, right? There hasn't been a lot of people out there talking about that, So now Acura has been bought back up. And they're going to be making those parts. They are making those parts.
Dude, and they're doing a great job. Like where the new Acura picked up, they're doing a good job. I'll tell you that. Like Derek and Ryan over there, there's dudes over there that they just handle it. You know what I mean? They're not going to handle your CVT for you, but moving forward, they're solid. They're solid again. They're back on top.
The key too, and Chuck can chime in on this, but so for the audience, Scott's saying, hey, you can open up, and I remember talking to Reno about this. You can open up the tank, right? So you've got the money in the tank. If you want to open it up, you can gut it out, and your valves are in the end. They're fine. Put it back together. Whereas Chuck said, "Hey, I just got rid of the whole thing and got a VT." Right? So
that's what you did, Chuck? You scrapped the whole tank?
Yeah. Well, no, I didn't scrap it. I put it on eBay and I said, "CVT gone bad." For parts, and somebody in China bought it. So whatever that means.
Yeah. So
that's what we call Jackuware.
Jackie.
Yeah, could be.
You need to make a logo for that. So again, the audience, just realize that one of the questions from, I think it's Fisher Motor Company, was what's going on with it. The bottom line is they jammed a compressor in there. It didn't work out. And so why they're failing is, Scott, do you know why, or do we care? We just know the compressor is not.
You put a pump inside the vessel. It's building pressure. There's moisture that builds. So I think it's a pressure and moisture problem. I'm not positive, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
you got to think about temperature too.
Yeah. It gets hot. It gets hot.
Mm-hmm.
So it sweats. So there's condensation involved in every little part and piece. And those things they don't like water. It's a Wabco compressor. I know that, which is what they use on a lot of OEMs. Like Mercedes-Benz uses it on their auto level stuff. So I know the compressor is capable, but I think stuffing it inside such a small body may have been the issue. Like I said, I'm not gonna pretend like I know what's going down, but it seems like there's 200 plus PSI in there. It's hot and it's getting wet. I mean, I think that's it. I don't know. It could be a number of things. Could be bigger than that, but.
Well, and one of the things is if but when. So you just got to prepare for that. So people out there are prepared. That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
Be prepared.
Yeah, preventive medicine is probably the best, because you don't want to be on the road and lose it, or you don't want to be far from home and lose it, and then you're really going to be in a jam, especially if you can't get your truck to go up. What do you do? Set up some manual, Schrader valves to the bags and figure it out. But
they got a pill for that. You can get it up.
Get it up.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah, I need to maybe get some Roman or somebody to sponsor this, Mike. We'll get the
accepting sponsors now.
Get the little blue pill to sponsor the round table. Any other big topics? Anything else, Chuck? Anything else going on out there on the other side? That's why we keep you on this group, because
I see that.
The other
out here on this end. Oh, there's
next time if we
Formula.
You need a little fern or a little bush.
Formula One coming.
Formula One is happening in Miami.
I wanted to go so bad.
Get Mike fired up on Formula
One. I've never been, but I'm sure it's a hoot.
You gonna try and make it down there?
And
You gonna try to go down there? Yeah, come on.
Oh, I'm here. It's probably like 8 miles from me.
That's your go-to.
Get down there, dude. For me, live it for me.
Listen, you don't want to be outside in Miami, man.
Oh,
it is a sweaty one, but I'm sure it'll be a great time and a lot of energy, a lot of action. Imagine Formula One cars, they're going through the city, right? Is that what's going on? I live here. I don't even know about it, but I know it's happening.
Something like that. It's a
very
soon.
time.
They rip around those corners and grandstand. Got Mikey all fired up.
I mean,
I can't
you might be able to watch it.
You watch one show on Netflix, and next thing you know, you're a driver.
That's it. You binge watch Netflix one weekend, and you're hooked.
Hey, where'd you get that Santa Cruz cactus, Mikey? I like that thing.
You like that? C10 Vatos.
No. Well,
the skate.
Oh, that one over there. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was a buddy of mine who had a skate shop over here locally by me, and he that was some artwork he did. But that's pretty sick, huh? It was something I thought was cool, so I just left it as wall art instead of skating it.
Yeah, no, that's I dig that thing. So that's super cool. I went live again on IG. See if we got any more questions here before we wrap it up. I mean, obviously it's your time. So if there's anything we want to share or anything else that we're not hitting, we talked about
do we have a questions segment or something? Who's asking questions? Who's watching for that?
Well, so I've been watching. We some of them you got some. We've hit a lot of them. Some people are asking like, what was that one? There was one about hood hinges. He was asking about Porterbuilt, Heartfab, Porterbuilt, or Switch. Which hood hinge kit would you guys recommend?
I didn't know Heartfab was doing it, but between the other two is Switch, hands down. They took
Switch for sure.
They took the design, the concept, and made it where it won't fail. I mean, I've seen them fail otherwise, and the Switch ones I've seen 5,000 times. If you want hood hinges, the cowl-mounted hood hinges, Switch.
Yeah, the problem with the old ones was they can't handle that hood weight, right? so they couldn't handle the weight in the original design. But yeah, Switch redid it. So the Switch hood hinges obviously are the premier ones. We've got so Fisher's coming in here as well. Make sure you tell Scotty I really appreciate all his help on Instagram. Soundworks, what product does Mike use on his mullet?
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's top
That's a
secret. I can't give out those secrets.
Don't give it out, man. Come on.
My homie Big Steve Bush is in. He's talking Billy Idol. Did you guys see that? I went as Billy Idol. I got freaking loaded and was jumping around an 80s party. We had a good time. Big Steve was there, and he was dressed like a pimp. And I was like, dude, you could just, this is how you should be. Run DMC. You should dress like this every day. What a good time. Yeah, I was feeling pretty good. So, yeah, what do you do? Putting Soul Glow in that mullet, Mikey?
You know, it's a good mixture of leave-in conditioner, maybe some dry shampoo, just whatever my wife has laying around that I see her using. I'll just throw it in there sometimes. It's just the right combination of it all works. It works out.
It all works. Smells good.
Hate the player, hate the game, baby.
Dude, that shit is.
I'll give you the full back.
Dude,
wow.
We went from hair talk to from C10 Roundtable to hair talk. I don't really have any problems with that. So
no.
Oh, man, it's gone, man. It's so far gone. One of the costumes I was gonna.
The 80s this past weekend. That video, man. You did the mascara. You did mascara.
Right? You committed.
She did it. Yeah, my dad.
I love it.
She put it in there. She's like, Dad, the next day, she's like, Dad, I'm walking around the house all freaking hungover. Like,
Tommy Lee after a show. Yeah.
You need to
the waist up.
Get mom to give you some makeup remover, Dad, because I'm walking around with freaking eyeliner or whatever the hell, still. And she's like, all right. I forget that I got it on, and I walk in the room, and the girls are looking at me like, you dumbass. So yeah, it was kind of funny. Let's see here. So one of the questions was home built, was asking about my square, which is the Blazer. It's in paint right now, home built. It's about done. I ordered up the paint, and we're ready to put some Grecian bronze down. And then I think I'm going to do a white, my K5, my 74 was an all Grecian bronze. But I'm going to do a white middle, but then I'm going to wood grain it. So the whole point is like, well, I'm still undecided if it's worth doing the white in the middle, but I thought, man, if I do the wood grain, kind of a decal or kind of a wrap, if I'm like, well, if I ever want to take that off, I could have a Grecian bronze and white K5. But yeah, I mean, the plan is just to put the vinyl wood grain in the middle. That's kind of what I'm looking at for mine. So it's in paint right now. But
what about your orange step sides you got, man? What's the name on that one?
That one's called Hooter, and
Hooter.
I really haven't unveiled that to the world. Obviously, it was at the reunion, but I haven't really posted it up. I need to do I'd like to do some content on that. And then what happened with that one, and I do need to put that out to the world, is two owls just pissed on that truck for so long in the barn that the back of that cab is going to need some attention. So I reached out to Kyle, the Metal Man, Metalox, and he is going to repair that for me. So that'll be, I thought I'd rock it that way for the audience.
I see why. You
could put your thumb through it if you really worked hard. You might get gangrene or something. But yeah, so two owls sitting in a barn. I'll do a video on it. I mean, it hasn't been washed for who knows how long. It still has owl piss and bird droppings. But think about two owls like perched up, and then they're peeing. And if you think about the rear of a square body window, it's like it's running down, and it's just running down the back of the cab. And so you've got like these two rusty spots from these two owls, assuming barn owls, pissing on this truck. So I've got to probably get about a full rear cab, and then I'm just going to take the metal out of the back of the cab, cut it, and then have Kyle fix it, and then we'll blend it back. So go ahead.
Do owls pee, or do they do the simultaneous one and two at the same time, or how does that work?
I don't know. That's a good one. There is a deal with owls where don't they eat the food and then they regurgitate the bones later? Have you ever seen that?
No.
Yeah, so
I was
when
just
they
talking
eat like
about. I didn't know how they
like
pee.
a mouse, they will digest it, but then they like throw up the bones. So there'll be little bone. If you're ever out in the, this is what do you call it, Omaha nature or whatever, something where you get there'll be a little bone pile, and that's where an owl had like spit it up. So yeah,
I didn't know that.
so that needs to be. So that one's going to be called, I don't know, Hooter or Hooters. I think just Hooter. So it's orange and 2 owls pissed all over it. So, but otherwise, the thing's.
If it's 2 owls, it needs to be Hooters, plural.
That's true.
Hooters 1 owl. Come on, guys.
Really think Hooter just sounds a little bit better?
No, Hooters.
Hooters.
There's always 2 Hooters. Well, usually there's 2 Hooters.
You're right. There's 2 Hooters. I like Hooters. So what are you gonna do? All right.
Hooters.
It's not a dive bar, but yeah, I like Hooters. Don't rust repair now.
Did you say dive bar?
No, I said I like Hooters, but it's no dive bar. Hey, speaking of dive bars, I took Stickle the same when he was out here the other day, and big dive bar guy. So have you guys been to, like, where's your go-to? I'm gonna find out where's your go-to dive bar here in town.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't go to dive bar.
I don't go to bars no more.
No, dude.
Hey.
That's why Mike's wife's allowed to let Mike hang out with me.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right. All right, I'm gonna take
right.
for you. I got one for you. We're going, me and you, Scotty, and I think we can get Berlin to go with us. I got a few little dive bars to hit up.
Is it called TC's?
No,
I've heard of a place called TC's.
Yeah, there's pretty close to that one's really close to my house.
Wow, I get no invite?
No.
I was ready to say that. I know I can count on you.
Oh, but Mike too, I guess.
Chuck, catch a flight. Chuck.
I mean, what's up?
I'll pull the tape, dude. Don't even make me pull the tape on that C10 Vato.
Oh.
Hey, C10 Vato, I was like, dude, I'm gonna bust Joe's balls. I'm like, dude, the reunion is right in your backyard. Let's go. Come on, Joey. Come on, Vato. Hey, how's Grinder doing? I haven't talked to him.
Oh, Grinder was just out in who knows where, 24 hours away.
Yeah, mini truck Nats.
Oh, mini Nats in Maggie Valley. That's right.
Man.
That's right.
Yeah, he was out there getting some cool stuff. That seems like a cool show. I come from the mini truck side. I always wanted to go out to that one, watching the videos and seeing old Dave Schulman cruising crew cut around and all his rides out there and all the mini trucks just up and down the street. That's what I like. I like cruising the trucks. I like showing off my lights at night. I like setting the vibe. I like just cruising. It's fun, right? Then you see a whole bunch with you, and it's just cool when you take over the whole thing. So he got it out there. That's a little too far for me to go out and miss a lot. So
yeah, that'd be a fun fly. I would love to hit that up. So maybe in the future we can all jump on a plane together and hit up Maggie Valley. I mean, how much fun would that be just to go hang out with
Is that North Carolina?
Yeah.
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 Chuck's selling his house. We're about to be flying private jets everywhere. Yeah. PJ.
You know what? You guys come to Orlando. I'll pick you up and you can stay at my place.
All right.
How about that? And then probably North Carolina. It's only like
build a truck in a weekend.
Can I stay in the? It sounds like from the building plans, I want to stay in the garage. Are you going to have a man cave loft in there? Like,
no, it's going to be
Chuck's
more.
whole life is man cave. Let's get this straight. Chuck don't need a man cave. His house is man cave. I see
My house is a man cave. Yeah, I got
It is a man
two floors in the house right now.
It's dope.
This house.
Chuck's living good.
He's doing.
Yeah.
Look at him.
Wait. Chuck, the detail and the finishes that he does in his trucks, he carries out through his whole life. Look at him right now.
I know.
Look at the way he sits and the way he speaks.
He's like,
don't do that. Don't do
my boy's
this is Chicago brick. I have in my bedroom.
Of course it is.
Like, it's nice.
Of course, he had it imported from Chicago when he built the house with his own 2 hands.
Pretty much.
All right. I got no more questions on IG. I'm going to kick off IG right now. We're going to get rid of that. All right. Anything else?
Anything else? What's your next project, Mike? I know you're 92 Suburban.
The Suburban, still, the C10 I'm kind of cool with. Suburban though, I'm gonna get
Ronnie,
on that.
What's next for you?
The Blazer is going to be the biggest thing. Yeah, I mean, I've got the.
And the Blazer's going up or down? Up.
Stay 33, 35. So up 4 drive. Yep, 74 K5, and then obviously I've got the Hooter truck now, so we'll do some content on that, and I got to put a motor in it. I've got to get Metalox to finish the back. So I'm in a little bit of a Scott mode right now where I've probably got more projects going on, and I need to do some.
Yeah, you got to put it on bags, Ronnie. Put something on bags.
Yeah, you know what's funny about that? You say that is I probably won't do it only because of you. What? I have yeah. This isn't negative, but I love Sucker Punch, and I have that 63. That's such a nice truck. And we had that white patina truck here that Metalox did. It was here for a few days.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And I was like, dude, I'm sitting there looking at this truck, and I'm looking at it's parked right next to my 63. And I'm like, dude, I just need to take this to Kyle, big back window, shorten the bed. The color is just money. And the cab is so dry. It's so nice. But it would be like Sucker Punch 2.0. So I just want to, I got to.
What?
Well, no, I mean,
what?
I don't want to do the same truck. It's literally the same. No trim. I need to sell about 5 of these things and just focus on 1 or 2.
I thought we spoke about that, about purging.
No. I know. I need to. I'm not as good as I need to be, for sure.
All right.
You know what you guys need to do, and we talked about it in the first one, not to deflect on me purging, but I need you guys I want to challenge you guys to get those interviews of those guys that you want to interview. You know what I mean? I know.
Why don't you open it up and ask these guys who they want to hear? Like, are people watching? Can you see who's watching or how many people are watching?
No, he doesn't like doing that. We talked about this. You got to pick someone. I started a little.
I have a couple. I've got a list, but I want to make sure it's not like my list. You know, like
no, it is 100%.
No, it is my list, but
but there's a. It's no different than Ashley allowing you, Mike, to go out with you. I have faith in you, and I trust you. I would not.
You're talking about your Ashley, Mike.
Yeah,
not my Ashley.
You.
Can we go get her real quick? I drank the whole margarita. She's gonna be so pissed.
You need a refill? I need a refill too.
Hey, if I didn't trust you guys, I wouldn't put it on there. Get whoever you want to hear from. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. I'll work you through it.
So are we gonna put them on YouTube, or are we gonna put them on IG, or how does that work out?
We'll just put them on the pod. That's just a regular recording.
Oh, pod. Okay.
Yeah, just a regular recording. Now this will go to. We'll have this, and I'll harvest this audio. I'll put this out probably tonight or tomorrow, depending on what time we wrap up. I got realjob.com tomorrow and Wednesday, but I'll try to get it put out. So this will harvest. I'll grab this audio and boom, I'll put it out to pod as well. The reason why pod is so nice is, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, but you can grab it a month from now and just, it's an episode, you know, C10 Roundtable. The first roundtable that we did, just not that you guys care about the numbers, but, and I'd have to look at them, but they were great. They were phenomenal. I mean, people loved it.
Well, it's because Chuck's in the room. It's because Chuck's in the room.
Chuck's in the room, man.
In the room.
Man, you guys got to stop, man. I'm about to get crazy out here.
Oh, hey.
Oh, it's that time.
Varsity Blues vibes.
I like Varsity Blues.
Are you doing whippets or are you?
That kills the brain cells. We don't do that.
No, man, that's for later, man. Come on.
Varsity Blues.
Got some pumpkin pie in slap.
Who are we gonna interview? Can we say it? Can we talk about it, or is it? Like,
I think Scott and I were on the same guy.
We were. We were.
Yeah.
Oh, you get Hammer Fab. You can have Levi.
Oh, I don't really know him. I
also don't know him, but the questions that you would ask him, I believe you'd get more like valuable content, because I just be like, "What's up? What do you like to do? What's your favorite
got it.
You would ask him the good one. You can
sure.
have Levi. You get Levi. He's yours.
Sure. Okay.
I love his truck too.
I want the knuckleheads. I want. You know who I want? You know who I really want? I want to interview fucking Rad Fab. You know Rad Fab?
Yeah.
Do you guys know Rad Fab? Like,
I don't know
anybody. Dude, he's so funny. He's so freaking funny, and he's like shy and just. He would be fun, and he's super talented. He's building a ton of cool C10s that are like underground. He's not like Mr. Show Off. He just, dude, the kid. He golfed with me at Long Drive.
Yeah, I can vouch for him. He's super cool. He did a lot of engine bay work in my truck, so some of the panels I have under my hood that kind of jewel box everything in. He helped.
Talented sheet metal guy, and like I said,
he's a badass. He's a badass.
His personality is like low key, but once you get him, he just goes and he runs and he's funny. He will laugh and I think Radfab Tanner Timblin would be a good one. Hey, he's on my list. He's on my list.
The dive bar. I want you to bring Radfab.
We can dive bar with Radfab. Will him and Berlin together in a dive bar?
No, we need to get these all at Singing Panda. That's where we got to go.
Let's pre-run Singing Panda with a couple, and we'll do them live. Can we do lives at Singing Panda?
I'll bring the setup. I mean, we'll have background music, but yeah, we might.
Oh, what?
So we'll have to clean it up later.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. It's like I'm interviewing Chuck with this freaking thing.
You see how I moved it away? I moved it away. All right, I'm a good listener.
All right, so I got Radfab.
He's earmarked. Scott's got him. Mikey, who you got?
So I already I reached out to a younger guy out of kind of Central California, a young dude named Hector. He's on there as La Huerita C10. But he's cool. He's a dude I've been following for a while. He's got a square body.
Yeah. He's with big wheels and he's freaking popping.
Big wheels and he's hot. He's dragging it down the freeway, man. That reminds me of myself when I was, I've been following him since he's about 16 years old, and he's just a cool kid. He says it straight up. I don't hit a joint. I'm with a wrench and a hammer working on my truck. Like, I'm not about that. And it's cool. He's a certified welder now, and watching him kind of just take these next steps, it's cool. He's a kind of a cool kid to follow if you haven't followed him.
What's his name again?
His name is Hector. I don't remember his last name off the top of my head, but on the IG it's La Huerita. Like
you gotta spell it. You gotta spell it, not say it.
Guerita. C10. He's cool, man. You gotta check him out.
I've followed him. I've been with him for a while. I don't know him personally, but I know.
He's got an Apache he's building now, but dude, he's talent. And he's just that one of those kids that just has a following and just people. He just wants to help the scene, and that's what I'm always about, just helping people and bringing people in, and just people look up to us. People watching this, people seeing this, they see like, oh, these guys are so cool. And any advice that we give them, they really look into it. So I like him. He's cool. He's reaching out, but that's kind of my pick. I'm gonna go after.
One of the hardest things, I think Scott has alluded to this, and I'm totally down to do it, but Scott's always like, I want to interview Ronnie, right? The funny thing about it is if you ask me what's the hardest part that I've done this podcast, you guys already know who I am. I love doing it, is when you can't, like, dude, I get to the point now where people are like, they're mad because I'm not interviewing them. So there's people out there, and it's not by like, oh, I'm purposely not going to interview Radfab or La Huerita. But that's why it's so important that you
guys. So white, Ronnie.
Yeah, exactly. I'd be like, hey, what's up, Hector? I call you Hector. He's like, no, you need to call me La Huerita. But I would, right? So I think it's so important for you guys too, because I think we're better off by having people that know other people. And one of the biggest criticisms I would say is that people are like, oh, you need to interview more garage builders. I'm like, dude, I'm down to interview garage builders. But when I do interview garage builders, I look at you're kind of a fancy garage builder, but
you ordered a GSI frame and you're just kind of bolting stuff.
You're a garage builder into a shop builder. Exactly. Yeah. So I think
but you have to know you're gonna get something. There's gonna be an exchange. Like, I understand what you're saying. Like, you might pull up on someone who has a really sick truck, but their personality might not vibe for a podcast or a video. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's important too. Like, you almost have to know. Like, I know Tanner is shy, but he'll come out of his shell, and man, we could have a freaking banger of a little conversation. I think a lot of people would like to hear about him and learn about him. And the kid doesn't need any more work. I call him a kid, but whatever. He doesn't need any more work. It's not about getting work or making money or anything, but it's about talking and letting people know, like, there's some really cool dudes doing really cool stuff. Yeah, he's in Arizona, which makes it cool for me because I love all that stuff. But I want to talk to people that I know a little bit. Tanner and I aren't like super close, but I know him well enough to sit down and have a good exchange with him. You know what I mean? And I think that's valuable as far as the podcast goes. It's not like a stranger where they'll be cold and dry. And I mean, that's just not. I wouldn't watch that. You know what I mean? I wouldn't listen to that.
Yeah, it's like your left
So
hand.
it's tough. Picking people is tough. I want to find someone who's going to talk a little bit of shit, who's going to laugh a little bit, who's going to tell us a little bit about what they do and how they do it, even if it's different or whatever. That's what I'm after.
Yeah. Well,
and if anybody has like an idea or like, hey, you should interview this guy or whatever, just, I mean, I'm sure all of you guys feel the same way. Let us know. Let me know.
Yeah. If you let us know, then we'll do it. I mean, that's what I love when I go to shows. Like, let's say I go to a show in Texas or Alabama or wherever, dude. And there's people who are like, who is this jackwagon walking up to me right now? Dude, I love that. That makes my day. It makes
we witnessed it. We know the Ronnie little trot as he comes up with his setup microphone, just gets in the zone.
Oh, dude, I love it when people. I'll never forget. Ben Dollar, the first time I met Ben Dollar and Cody and the whole Ben Dollar squad, they're just like, who is this guy wearing these multicolored Vans coming in, putting this mic in my face? But at the end of the day, I love that challenge to get that guy that's not, he doesn't want to be out of his shell. And I love getting them out of their shell and then not beating them up, but just talking to them. And then what's funny is sometimes you'll get these guys and they'll say, I'll give you 5 minutes. And then you can't shut them up 15 minutes later. Once they get going, you're like, hey, I'm just here to, just like RadFab. It's like, okay, you have more work than you can handle. You barely even have time to take away from what work you have to give to the community. But it's important for the community. I mean, everybody else on this show is the same way. People got to know Scott last round, Chuck when we did the interview. Frick, nobody knew about Mike. Now all of a sudden, freaking dude's a celebrity. They're like, this mullet Mike, cancer survivor, freaking saving lives. And that's the power of the pod to me. That's the community. We all love the trucks, right? We think that's cool. The next thing you know, you're like, dude, this guy's, Derek Tanner. It's like, these guys are my friends. These guys are like some of my best friends. We party together. Our kids are going to grow up together. We go to weddings together, whatever it is. That's what's we're so blessed about our community. You know what I mean? So that's the way I won't get too deep on it, but we all grew up looking at magazines. The magazine doesn't give you that depth where you're like, dude, this guy Chuck, are you kidding me? This guy Mike, he has a cool, 76 step side, thing's bitching. But then you're like, the dude driving it is a freaking badass. So there's my hype talk for you guys to go out and get your who's on your list? Who's number one, number two? Hammer Fab, Levi?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you might have broke up. Yes. I think he's a little bit of a, I don't know him. So I'm not, this is just my perception. Maybe a little bit of an introvert-ish, for lack of a better term, not being negative in any way, but I think he'll kind of snowball once he feels comfortable. I think he'll let loose.
I agree.
I know he's got a lot of skills. And another thing that impresses me about him particularly is that he's an educator. Like he hosts like seminars that you can go to his shop and you spend the weekend over there, and there's a cost to it, but he's giving you a university style, example of how to TIG or how to make, how to work metal, how to use a sandbag, how, to use certain clicos or, and I'm all over his YouTube because it's all educational, and I'm all about education because I want to learn. I want to know. I'm hungry for that. Always. I'm a student of life. And I think he can bring that, and that stimulates me. Not everyone, but it stimulates me. But I'm sure if you can learn that much from him, you'll be learning a lot. And like I said, he may be introvert-ish, but if he's teaching a class, he's not. So I may be totally off, but I think he's a good candidate for a.
I think I interviewed him. I met him at Arnie's thing, the first
Arnie type of intake.
And we lost you, kind of boomed up. I met him at Arnie's, the first Bowling Green, and then I interviewed him at Dino's last year. He had his truck out there, and he was great. So it was a quick interview, but it was on camera. I'll find it. It's on YouTube, I think. But no, he's I bet you'll have a good time. One thing I'll give you guys this audience, this advanced on the pod advice is you'd be surprised at how 5 to 10 minutes of just chilling and talking to a guy, you got to get them warmed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed is such a big thing with the pod is getting them warmed up. You know, it's no different than you're a lady. Just if you get them warmed up a little bit, it's amazing how different things can go. And some people they're a little easier to warm up, and some people aren't. So I've got some pods that I look back and it's funny to see like, boom, 10 minutes. Oh, he got warmed up. Oh, 20 minutes. I can see a huge difference in the second half of the show versus the first half of the show. And they start going. So
yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
Have you interviewed Jason Berlin yet?
Yes, I did. I didn't interview.
I know you did the shop talk.
Yeah.
Thing.
Yeah. But no,
I'm getting messages that are like Berlin, like high test.
Yeah, he would be a good to find out like how Jason. I almost feel like an idiot because that would be a no-brainer. But yeah, that'd be a fun one. I might have to steal that one from you.
Yeah, maybe I can pop in or something.
I have another one that's kind of dovetailing what Scott's saying over there at High Test. Gentleman Brian Lee, he's the master, aluminum artist. You know, he does all those.
Good. You're right, because he's
Brian Lee, sweetheart of a guy. I got to meet him when I did my internship over there last summer with High Test, and I got to know him. And I like other people's dogs. I don't have a dog, but I like other people's dogs if I vibe with them. And like I hit it off with his little, what are those popular dogs called?
Oh, you must really love the dog. You must really love her.
The one with the chopped off nose. No, the
French bulldog.
The Frenchies. Yeah.
Little French bulldog.
So anyway, he's got a Frenchie named Sydney, and like I hit off with the dog. I would take the dog out during lunch to go pee, and I'd pet it and give it a snack and whatever. I was like, what am I doing here? So anyway,
what if we did a collab, the whole gang, the whole High Test crew, like this, like a round table, but you get them all.
Yeah, I don't think it'll allow each one to shine, and I think they all deserve their spotlight.
Ronnie's nodding like he knows the deal. That's true.
No,
I understand.
Yeah.
No, you're right. You're probably right.
The better.
Yeah.
So that's what happened with.
It's too much talent.
I did it that way. Here's a funny thing, and I'm 100%.
That's why he put all four of us in one fucking spot.
Yeah, because we're clowns. It's a circus. It's fine. Look, he's laughing because it's true.
My secrets are out. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Here's another thing that I don't, and I'm sure I'm overanalyzing this, right? It's funny, but another thing that I do is I always try not to run. Do you know how easy it is I could just go AZ only? I mean, we're so spoiled here, right? We have some of the craziest builds that matter. So that's another thing. That's why I'm always trying to like find people that are in Pittsburgh, find people that are in Detroit, find people that are in Florida, find people that are in Texas, because otherwise people are like, it doesn't, don't get me wrong, you're not going to make everybody happy, but I do think about all that stuff all the time. I think, dude, I want to spread it around. I don't want, again, I look back at like a magazine. It's like, dude, I don't want to just see the trucks from Arizona. Because if you remember when we were kids, every truck was from California. I mean, it was just like every freaking truck in these magazines. If they got a Texas truck or a Florida truck or an Illinois truck or something else from Columbus or something like that, you're like, holy shit, this is cool. This is different. So I just always try to find that balance. I think we should get both of the High Test guys, obviously Jason. And I thought the other guy, is he the long-haired guy? Kind of the guy you're talking about, Chuck?
No, Brian Lee. No. He's a skinny, kind of skater-looking guy. He's super cool vibe.
Do you have a nickname?
No. He's like the Bruce Lee of the freaking the airlines, man.
There's nobody over there with long hair.
Do you know what his IG is? Because I feel
Brian Lee.
Different guy. I'm trying to think who was over there. It used to be over there. Taller, skinny guy, long hair, longer hair.
Oh,
Lee.
Josiah.
Josiah.
Yeah. You had Josiah. Josiah was his sheet metal fab guy. Also, super cool dude, talented guy. Yeah. No, that was Josiah.
That's what
he's down in Tucson now doing like off-road stuff.
Yeah, and I think he was in Casa Grande or something like that. That's where
something like that.
He runs out of there. So All right, good. So we've got some. I've got a guy. I don't know if I'll get it done on time or when I'll do it, but did you guys see this guy on TikTok? It's sawdust and blinker fluid or something like that. He has a Honda.
The last thing I need to do is TikTok.
Oh my God!
So no, I don't know sawdust. And
that's another thing. It's hard because when there's no IG to bounce, like I can do a pod and then I can push everybody to an IG. Well, I'll be harvesting all this guy's stuff, I guess, off TikTok and pushing over to my IG. But he took a Honda, like a little 2-door Civic, and he essentially put the drivetrain, like the whole car is inside of a 67, 68 C10. So like the inner body, the motor, it's like a C10 wrapped Honda.
I've seen it.
Yeah, it's crazy. So he's on my list coming up. I've got some pretty good ones on my list. You know
what do you consider the good ones? Like the guys that are going to give you this information, like electric vehicles. Like you want to do a deep pod on electric vehicles in the future of our industry and stuff, or do you want like the guys who are going to be funny and kind of give you some stories about going to dive bars and walking in the rain? Like what to you is like, what to anybody who's listening, what is the good podcast to listen to? Do you want one of those like motivate, get up early, grind, 5 a.m. club? You want those talks, or do you want the guys who are like, haha, this is what me and my friends do. You know, we clock out at 4 and we go to the bar and we do shots with Molly, the bartender. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do you want the stories like that? Or what do you guys consider good content between the three of you, as well as everybody listening? You know what I'm saying? Like, I got YouTube going. I can't really see much, but what do people like to hear? Because to me, I've listened to different podcasts, and I like the funny stories. I like the banter back and forth, kind of like crap talking and stuff like that. I don't really like the guys who are driving it home like, you need to do this, you need to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, what gets people going?
I like the golden nuggets, man.
Golden nuggets. What's the golden nuggets? Check out big fish on the pod.
Like teach, you know.
Yeah, it's all of it though.
Teach the next guy, because if you can pass that torch on to the next guy, then that only means, you know, more guys will be at the truck scene, at the truck show. More guys will be on this podcast. You know, and
but like, I mean, I'm talking like, do you want to hear the guy who teaches you how to sand this direction instead of this direction with his blocks? You know, like do you want that type of information, or do you want the guy who's like
fab guy? I think fab guys. I think welders that like the guys are in the trenches that are doing the actual physical work with their hands. You know, to the craftsmen.
You want to hear them tell you their welding, their settings on their welders, and like that kind of teaching, like.
Tell me how, you know, the thermodynamics of metal when you're heating it. What does it do? Like it walks, it moves. That like kilojoules
stuff, they call those kilojoules.
Kilojoules, yeah. I like to know about that. I didn't know that, and I had to learn by doing it. You know, I never had a full chassis truck until I was able to get one from you guys. But I was welding, and I didn't know that I had to brace one end while I was working on the other end, because then now my square went completely off, you know, and that's an expensive mistake. And if there was someone out there that can just throw a couple of those nuggets out there, I don't know.
So you're looking for information.
Information.
Hey, bottom line,
seals, I like using Honda door seals on my 6772 because, you know, they close right. You know.
Did you just hear that bomb?
That's free. You know,
Honda Civic door seals work on your C10 better than any other door seal, right?
If you have a Honda inside your C10, you're even better. So there
you go. There's your sawdust.
There you go.
I think the question, Chuck likes the more technical stuff. Of course, I like the technical. I've had plenty of technical people on. I'm a story guy, man. I want Paul. I want the depth of these guys, the stories that I might not get to hear sitting at a bar talking to a guy about what happened in Vietnam. I mean, whatever it is, right? I mean, I look at that and that depth. I'm a story guy. Like, I'm not going to sit and read a book, but if I can listen to Scott's story, I can listen to Mike's story, I can listen to Chuck's story, I can listen to Paul Hitch, Castronova, Dino Battilana. It doesn't matter who the guy is. John Oral, you know, he might not tell me about how he built his prom queen or whether he even did or not. But, you know, I think you have to look at who the guest is. Where Berlin, you know, I don't know. I look at some of that stuff as more of the YouTube tech stuff is going to be on YouTube because it's going to be a telling and a showing. Like, all right, like you said, you're going to do your kilojoules. You're going to amp this up. We're going to run a 0.35 wire. You're going to do this. You're going to show them. Whereas a lot of times on the pod, because it's a story, I feel like that's where I'm chasing the story. You know, that's.
Well, I think you can get both out of a story.
No, you're right. You're right. Sometimes we do.
Yeah.
I just think that I guess for me, when I'm looking at my guests, I want to hear the story. You know, that's
sure. Everyone loves a good story, no doubt.
When I was driving to California with Berlin this weekend, he's like, we're driving past this like housing, this development. And he's like, yeah, I built those houses, just cruising, you know, like, what'd you say? He was like a Finnish trim carpenter for a long time. He owned a trucking company. That's why he likes plumbing and air ride. And he built a system for his brother's truck.
I saw it
on like Peterbilt style auto leveling, like the shit they put on the cabs and stuff. Like, so I think Berlin would be like that. Like, there's shit about that guy that nobody knows about. You know what I mean? And it's like the story, like what Ronnie said. Like, he's gonna give you both. He's gonna give you Chuck style technical information, and he's gonna give you Ronnie style stories and Scott style laughs and drunk stories and things like that, like karaoke dive bar stuff like that. I think he's an excellent candidate. And Mike just smiles and looks good, you know. So we got him.
Damn right.
The key is with that, Scott, is you got to ask those right questions. So that is a hard part because you got a guy, and when I tell people you got Berlin, right? You got to dive, you got to dig, because sometimes they won't tell you, you know, and you got to. And it's funny if you're sitting in a, you know, looking at the dash, staring out the window, and sometimes you can get those stories. And you're like, whoa, hold on. What do you mean you just built those houses? What the hell are you talking about?
That's exactly what happened. I'm like, what are you talking about? You built those. What are you freaking plumb them? What are you talking about?
You built
the Finnish carpenter. I used to, of course he did. Of course he did.
Yeah. And there's so many stories out there. People like the stories. They like the tech. You find that balance. You know, you drive the interview, and we're lucky. There's so many good people out there, good guests. Some people are going to be more technical. Levi, for example, he's probably going to be a technical guy, but you could also dive in the first 20 minutes and be like, who the hell is Levi?
Yeah.
Levi get here, right? And I'll give you a perfect example is Vulcan Specialties, Umberto, who he co-hosts he does the Dodge stuff for me. He's a C10 guy. He's supposed to be like a lawyer, a doctor. He's like, I don't even know how the hell I ended up here. I was going to go to school to be a lawyer. I went to law school. I was getting ready to go to law school. And, you know, my family comes from this, and this is what we're going to do. But, dude, I love building stuff. I love fabbing. And so now I'm here fabbing. And so, you know, some of us are meant to be where we are. Some of us, you're like, how the hell did you get here? You went from houses to building trucks, you know? So it's a fun journey.
Berto's got a rad personality for this type of thing too. So, but that you might miss it too. Like, that's a kind of a risk you take by bringing one of these guys on. Like you might miss it. They might not open up to their past or who this guy is, and it might not be that exciting. So that's kind of what you got to think about. That's what I think about. Like, when I make my list, there's like 10 people on there, but I'm like, hey, who's going to really give me some good shit?
Yeah. You got to work it, man. I don't know. Sometimes I get, you know, but I've got, you know, 10 other dudes doing pod, and I listen to them all. And some guys are really good. Some guys need some work. And
yeah, but you want it to be a little bit different. You know, you don't want to be the same old stuff.
No,
that's kind of where I'm at.
I get it 100%. Believe me, that's why I'm like, I want you guys here because I want to change it up. I want to spice it up. It doesn't always, I mean, don't get me wrong. The way I think I do things is right, or I love the way I do it. But I also know that you guys are rad dudes who are smart and can see these, you know, it's funny because now it's like, I mean, technically, if I was running a true company, I'd say, all right, Scott, you're my fun party guy. Go find these guys. Chuck, I need you on tech. I want a new tech. If I was writing a magazine, I would say Chuck's my tech guy, and he's going to do my tech installs. I want him to interview tech guys, and I want him to go to Curry and talk to him about how they do their rear end, what third member are they using, and then do an install and put it together. Scott, I'd be like, all right, I want you to find a dive bar, get a good story from some dude.
Please.
And
let me interview someone at a dive bar.
Yeah.
At the dive bar.
And Mike, I'd be like, all right, I want you to throw all the parties, the shows, get everybody together, do the videos, and you'd be like, I'm on it. So You all
on
have
it.
talents. We all have
I'm ready. Let's go.
We all have our talents, and we're just trying to bring. I hope the community understands this. Is the community comes first, right? I mean, besides our family and things like that. But we're here doing this because we love the community. We want the community to keep growing. If we do the same shit all the time, it's no different than the old forums, right? The forum, I mean, we love the forum, but it died out. Well, I don't want the pod to die out. I want to keep the spice, keep the young guys coming up. That's another thing I always forget is like, oh, I interviewed Scott from GSI 5 years ago. And it's like, this is what's so crazy. Think about this. So somebody, let's say Trey 5, or I don't know, what's the one that somebody I interviewed like for first year, somebody I interview, dude, there's kids in high school that were like 14 and now they're 20 6 years ago. And now they're building trucks, or 22, and they're building, and they have no clue of. And so sometimes you're like, oh shit, I got to get the guy back on. Nobody's even heard of that guy, or they don't even know about that, or so on and so forth, because, we're moving at a pretty fast clip.
It's like where are they now? Like those, when you get that old guy, where are they now? That's what they want to know.
Yeah.
You interviewed this guy 5 years ago. Where are they now?
I love it.
Trucks. And I like the guys that I've met through my career who, through obviously like clients that they buy things and we get to know each other. And I'd like to talk to them, get in depth with some of those guys. Like I've met some people who, they call and they buy a chassis or they want to talk trucks for a while, and then we kind of become friends. Like, I've been to their houses, I've met their families and stuff like that. Those are the guys that I think are pretty cool because they're super interesting to me. So I don't know how to decide if they're super interesting to everybody else. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all. That's kind of where the root of my question was getting is in choosing people to talk to and stuff. Like, I know who I like, but I guess who cares? Just do it. If I like it, we'll do it and see what happens. You know what I mean? Like, I've met some of the funniest freaking people. I've met some bad people too. Don't get me wrong, but I've met some of the coolest people, dude. Like,
I think Scott's opening up, Ronnie.
No, he is. I think.
Yeah.
Vodka. No, I'm not gonna open that. You don't want me to. That's a whole other podcast.
It's too late.
What's Tito been telling you over there?
Yeah, what's Tito whispering in your ear, man?
Bottom line is until you screw it up, dude, you got full reign, man.
That's how I met Chuck. I saw Chuck C. Oh, this guy's cool. I know whose frames he uses, whatever. And he hits me up one day. He's like, hey, man, I'm coming to Dino's. I got to put this stupid camper shell somewhere. Can I put it at your shop? Yeah, come on in. Like the hook. Yeah. I got the hook. You know what I mean? And after that, that's his history. And now Chuck's been in my house. He's met my kids. He knows my wife. I want to do the same thing. Like, I want to talk to guys like that. Like, a couple guys down in Texas. So I call them the Johnnies. They're these two knuckleheads down in Texas. They're building trucks and they're just super funny. Like, nobody knows how funny these two dudes are. They're like, they could have their own podcast. They never will, but they could. Like, those two guys would be a hooter. They'd be a hooter.
It'd be Hooters. There's two of them.
They're Hooters to get them on the pod, man.
Have you had Josh Parker on your show?
Yeah.
See, if you hadn't have done, I would have picked the Parkers if you hadn't have just done them. Like right before we got set up with this, because
they're so cool. They're so cool.
Yeah,
I love their episode.
Don't get me wrong, Kayla too is right. Their whole vibe is just their vibe is what it's all about. I mean, they're small town, and then into town, with Darcy and Black Betty and everything that they've got going on. Their daughter, I mean, it's the real.
I don't know if do you stay in touch with like Josh? Josh is building like he
right. That's why I say
shop. He started a shop recently. Like the dude has like 10 freaking businesses going.
Oh yeah,
they run the town.
Yeah.
And now he has a shop, Pro-Am Welding, and they've been building trucks, like legit trucks. Like he's doing short bed conversions, he's doing LS swaps. He just built a fire truck. He's got a little a little short bed that he shortened. It's like it looks just like the Super 74 that Provost built a couple years ago. It's the same color. He did all static drop on and stuff, and he just beats the shit out of it and has a good time. Yeah, that guy's got a lot of cool stuff going on in their little town.
The Parkers were on at the end of 2021.
Yeah.
And then a year later, we're not even 12 months out, and you could cycle them back. So I think
they're so cool. They're just such real people that you can relate to their situation too. And then as me being a small business owner and hearing them and like, oh, I see what they went through having multiple businesses, right? Where I'm just trying to do one over here. but it's those real stories that you can relate to. It's just aside from the truck, but like even hearing Scott and stuff and relating to Scott after doing these with him more and seeing his boys come in, it's just like me. I'm like, oh, dude, your boys are messing with each other too? Yeah, mine are doing the same thing. So I know I'm not the only one in here, but that's what people like hearing, is those realistic stories. But not just, I say, about like personal life, but even with your truck, right? Like as much work as I have in my truck, I still have issues with it from time to time where I've broken down. I lost my whole brain for my AccuAir system on the freeway. Like I just had it mounted in a bad place. I hit a bump, it flew off, and I had no control of anything. And I was half-inch off the ground cruising, and I had to call a buddy in my club and say, hey, bring me your computer for this thing and a jack. I need to jack it up and plug this thing back in because I lost mine on the freeway somewhere. Right? It's crazy stuff that you hear, but people are like, oh wow, I see you on Instagram. I only see their cool pictures, but there's realistic problems that you have, right? That people also like to relate to, I think. That's what I like hearing. It's just the real life stuff that you don't see necessarily on Instagram or wherever you see our trucks at. I know Scott's not on TikTok, but I'll do some stuff on there, so you'll see it.
Should I? I don't know. I don't want that.
No, don't get it. It's just don't go down that rabbit hole.
I don't even do Facebook. Instagram's enough for me, dude.
Yeah, it's a lot. Hey, somebody chimed in. It's been a while ago, and I don't think that Mike or Scott probably watched this show. Knowing Chuck, he probably didn't either. By the way, we did finally get Chuck, I think, to watch Shawshank, right?
Yes, I did.
We did. That was a success.
Come on,
that was a success.
So it was good. It was really good. Really good. I forced myself to.
So how many?
Stay at
so a 5C, 10C. What? How many bags of popcorn? How many Chicago bricks are we giving it?
How many Chuck C's? Let's give it C's out of 5. C's.
No, I give it an 8 out of 8 hammers out of 10. It was good.
Right now, still no Days of Confused, right?
I haven't seen that one. No.
Well, where I was
like Gladiator to me was a 10 out of 10.
Oh, Gladiator, I like that. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
How about Braveheart? Did you like that one?
Is that the one where they're shooting the bow and arrows?
Yeah.
Of
Gibson.
Yeah,
that's probably in
Mel
there,
Gibson.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's a good one too. Yes, I like that stuff.
Well, somebody said that they said Chuck C looks like he's in Mr. Brady's den from the Brady Bunch. So I just wanted to let you know you look like you need a little pipe. Mr. Ralph, maybe.
I don't know who that is.
What was the maid's name that would?
But thank you,
Alice,
thank you.
like that was
Alice. Where's Alice gonna walk in?
Alice is the maid. I love Chuck. Never watched the Brady Bunch.
Chuck never watched TV. He was building trucks while we were watching TV.
Watch the cops. When we were kids, Chuck, what show did you watch as a kid? Give me 3 shows that you watched. You had to watch something.
Fred Flintstones.
All right. I'll give you
the Flintstones.
Okay, there's one.
The A-Team.
Oh,
the Fall Guy? Fall Guy?
No, didn't see that one. I never watched sports even to today. I know the Miami Heat are in the playoffs, and I haven't seen one game.
Oh, they did really good.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you watch like 90210, Saved by the Bell? No cheesy shows like that. No. No Cosby.
No, MacGyver, because he come up with stuff. He'd teach you a lot of tricks, All
right. MacGyver was always good.
Yeah. Chips and Miami Vice.
Oh, Dukes of Hazzard?
Yeah, the Duke boys.
All right, cool. I love Chips, man. I love that show. Just because you guys, I already told you, I just love watching the background. So, all right, hey guys, we're about 2:20. I'm gonna let you guys go. Let's wrap up. Dude, again, I'm telling the audience, thank you guys for listening. And these guys are all rock stars, and it just shows you the power of our people that we have in the community. Mike is just, he's always he's out there. He's running, he's gunning, and making fun things happen. Chuck, we know you got a lot going on with the house. Scott's got the boys. Let's get the boys up. You got them both up there? You got Blake ready to go?
No, they were just wrestling. I was trying. Brooks is standing right here.
Brooks, let's go. You might have to get off the Bluetooth though.
What? Check him out. Look, there's Captain Ronnie.
What's up, bro?
Yeah.
Hey, I like that. You got shirt on?
Yeah. He just got out of the shower, looking good.
still has Blake.
Yeah, he's coming out the tattoo on his brother. You can tell on your brother right now?
Blake's been in the bath since 6, now it's in.
He's telling on his brother for being in the bathtub too long.
Hey, does he have
Already?
Hours.
No, I just saw him.
I know, he just got out.
you have wrinkly fingers?
He just got out.
Are his fingers all pruny?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Let me see.
When you're a kid, you're like, my hands are gonna fall off. They're all jacked up. Hey, dude, enjoy it, man, because it goes by. Pretty soon they'll be freaking. We've already had that talk.
I'll tell you something about these kids. They'll sit in the damn bathtub until their mom comes in and washes them for them. And I tell her, you can't be doing it. They're never gonna learn how to wash themselves.
Yeah.
What's wrong with you? They'll sit in there and like, Mom,
Preaching to the choir.
wash me.
Wash.
She's like, then she tells me, can you get up and wash them? No, I'm not gonna wash those damn kids. They wash themselves.
Chuck's in the bathtub for over an hour too.
He's waiting for someone to come wash him.
Look at how good he
In
is.
that bubble bath.
Yeah, bubble bath.
Scarface.
Maybe
It's overflowing. It's overflowing. I gotta turn the bubbler off. Oh man.
We digress fast. All right. Anything else to take us out? Anything up? We've got.
If anybody's watching or will watch and they got an idea of who they want to see, DM me on Instagram. No Facebook, no TikTok, none of that crap. Just let me know. Give me some ideas who people want to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me see my little list.
Who does the audience want to see? I'll use that word.
Yeah, that's what I want to know. I think I wrote like a list in my notes.
And I'll tell you, if it comes to, you guys can shoot me emails, Ronnie at C10 Talk or Ronnie at Truck Talk Media. I'll send it to the boys and say, hey, dude, this is a great one for Mike. This is a great one for Chuck. Let's get those first ones out of the off the list. Let's get Tanner. Let's get Hammer Fab.
Tanner's on my first. So my list. Tanner's 1. Levi's 2. Chuck, you got that. Mikey, Hoagie Shine. You know Dan Hogan over there?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I know Dan. Dan's my boy, dude.
Yeah. See, I don't know him, but man, he would be cool. He's killing it right now. He's hot.
Yeah, he is hot. All right, we'll get Dan Hogan on here.
I don't know if he's a good time or not, but I know that he's building some badass stuff.
No, dude,
you know
Dan's real good time, man. He's got some cool stories too, I bet. So yeah,
I think that'd be fun. I'd like to hear and learn about Dan Hogan and Hoagie Shine. I don't know anything about the guy, but I know he's doing some cool stuff. And I got the 2 boys from the Johnnies is what I call them, the Johnnies out in Texas. The Hooters. I got the Hooters on here.
You got me all buzzing about those 2. I can't wait because you're saying they're cracking you up. I'm always
daily. They call me on, like, they must sit next to each other all day long. They probably don't work, whatever. I don't know. But they'll call me on speakerphone and just be funny. So I got those guys, and then Sean P. Provost, you know him? And he has his buddy Wayne. You know Wayne?
I don't know Wayne.
You've got to know Wayne. You've seen Sean, you've seen Wayne.
My guy.
Dude.
Oh, Wayne.
No, it's gonna be Wayne. I'm gonna interview Wayne, and then Sean's gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Wayne is just so funny, dude.
Yeah,
Wayne. Yeah, he's a homie.
I had Provost in studio, but then but the difference is, like, obviously we didn't have no Wayne. So dude, Wayne.
Wayne. I love Sean. Don't get me wrong. Wayne is just funny, dude. Wayne is so funny. I love that guy. So then there's a dude up in Utah, Salt Lake. JP's Custom, John Pickering is his name. Now, these are all people that I've met through my game, so I am going to be a bit biased. But that guy, do you know who he is? Have you guys seen him?
No.
JP's Customs?
Nope.
You should check him out, dude. He's a one-man show in Salt Lake. He builds cars for Barrett. That's like his gig. He'll build 3 or 4 a year, run them through Barrett, make his money, and go back and build more. I'll send you a DM or something so you can check out his page, but he builds all kinds of cool stuff.
JP's.
That's his name. His name is JP, John Pickering, but his Instagram is like Fat Kid in a 40-foot shop, or Fat Kid in a 40 or something.
Oh, yeah. I just started following him.
Fat Kid in a 40x40.
Oh, yeah, so
follow him. I think the C10 68.
Dude, that's like his profile picture now, but he builds all kinds of cool stuff. He builds 3100s and he runs up to Barrett.
He had that blazer at Barrett. I did meet him. That's right.
Yeah.
Good dude. Cool.
He's a good dude. He's a good dude. We all know we'd love to hear from Tony.
Yeah, Tony. I'd love to have Tony. You guys.
Tony won't. Tony,
I want Tony. I tried.
Who wants Tony? But you tried? He shut you down?
No, I can't talk about it.
Yeah, you can't. Why not, dude? This is a round table, dude.
No, Tony's cool, dude. I'll drive with Tony one day, but it's gonna be hard to get Tony. You know what? I'm gonna start cruising out. I want to start taking.
I'm gonna go to the damn donut derelict. You want to talk about donut derelict?
No. That's what I'm talking about. I want to get the PCH cruise. I want to hit donut derelict. I told Oro I'm coming down. I'm bringing the family. We're gonna hit the beach. We're gonna bring the truck. We're gonna be chilling. I want to be down there, and I'm gonna catch Tony at some point.
See when I'm into that. I want to do the PCH and the donut derelict. I got all right, there's a dude out and these are all AZ. I know Ronnie said let's chill on the AZ stuff, but there's a dude out in he's in East Mesa. He runs a shop called Arizona Rod Shop. His name's Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Chuck would like Spencer, I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know Spencer? Do you know Spencer out there?
I follow him.
Do you know him? Have you spoken with him?
He's
one of those like he's a detail guy. He's a fit and finish. He's a metal. He builds cars, but he goes all the way hard with metal finishing. He's got a really cool shop out there. He's an interesting guy. He might be kind of cool. I don't know that he'll open up a whole lot, but he might be kind of fun to talk to. And then the kid out in San Diego or wherever he's at that just rips his little square body and does the drifting and you know what I'm saying? Gabe Franco, dude. He just drifts all over.
I already interviewed him though.
Oh, you got him?
Yeah, you got to check. You got to start listening.
Come on, dude. It's your homework. Your homework, man.
Yeah, man. That's terrible. Hey, Ronnie, we're going to wrap this up. It's like 2 a.m. over here.
Yeah. We got to let Chuck go. But no, that's good. Yeah. It's probably been over a year, and you can listen to it, do your homework, and then read.
You really interviewed Gabe Franco?
Yeah.
For real? Like,
it's a great pod.
I'm sorry.
We all heard it, but you.
Sorry, man.
Yeah. You can check it out anytime, man. Next time you go with Berlin out to Cali, you guys can check it out.
No, we didn't do with the whole trip. We didn't listen to one song.
No, you don't need to.
No,
you don't have to.
We didn't listen to anything.
No way.
I have to. I have to have music or something. I have to have something.
If you're jamming out,
have some Tito.
Talking it up.
No, you can't Tito while we drive. Chuck, come on, that's not.
I got to get to bed. So, yeah.
You do?
No, not me, Chuck.
No, me.
All right, me and Mike are gonna hang out. Me and Mike are gonna hang out for a while. Just leave it running. We'll see what comes out.
Leave it live. We're gonna take this away. We're gonna have both our kids up in here. We're gonna play some bets later.
Bathtub time. We're gonna keep it running, dude. Oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's funny, man. Oh, always.
All right. We can wrap it up.
Hey, I think this worked out pretty good, which is cool. Because it looks like it actually did go to YouTube without a problem. We've got it harvested. So for all the guys that tuned in, thank you for doing that. Let's see if this is something that we can keep doing. Chuck, thanks for staying up late with us. And
thank you.
Wrap.
All right, guys.
Anything else?
See you at the next one.
All right. You out of here, everybody?
Cheers.
Hey, guys.
All out. Cheers, boys.
How do we kill it? Is there a button?
I know. I'll kill it right now.
No, you say bye first.
You say
you first, Mike.
No, you first. So you say bye first.
Hey, you two are gonna link up on you're gonna be like, hey,
stay on.
I'm gonna get TikTok. I'll see you on TikTok. I'll see you on TikTok, Mike.
Hashtag me, bro.
TikTok it is. Later,
Ronnie. Thank you.